Should have sound now, right? Y'all good now, right? Everybody got sound? Your mic is not working? My mic, no sound? My mic not working? Still not working? No sound, huh? Okay. Can't hear me? Y'all still can't hear me? Okay. So, what about now? The mic's not working? Oh, you can hear now. Okay. I'm glad y'all can hear me now. All right. Yeah, so what's going on, man? All y'all beautiful people in the chat. Good. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and get that conversation popping. And remember, y'all call in. Y'all don't have to wait for me. Y'all could call in. This conversation jumps all around over here. If y'all see the amount of phone calls that have come through my phone during the day, I'm telling people I'm not in the office. This phone is on fire during the day. Okay, it's working out. So I expect the phone to blow up at night. It doesn't make sense to blow me up during the day when I'm not even in my office, and I don't pay attention to the phone. Blow me up at night. That being said, what's her name? Alycia Baumgartner. She is up and away. You know what I'm saying? In case y'all didn't know, well, let me show y'all something. And it gets interesting here. Now let me go here to right here. Now, for those y'all who didn't see, let me show y'all something real quick. Because it's getting interesting out here. Watch this. Pressure to the top. Hold on, let me mute that. I don't need no damn copyright strikes. Now look at these people that they got here on this special forces thing. Look at all these people. But watch when this plays again. You're gonna see a certain face on here. Let me take it back right here. Matt Barnes. Who's that? Alycia Baumgartner is out here, and she is out here being involved in acting and reality TV shows, and that's a good thing. But what it shows you is that when it comes to Jake Paul and MVP, they have really chosen to get behind Alycia. And it's not just them, it's the whole boxing machine, the whole boxing fraternity. They are getting behind these women who have a clean image. And I'm telling you right now, long term for Big Gwoat, she's becoming a Nowherean. Claressa has nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? It says, yeah, and there you go. And she lost to SP. We knew she wasn't going to win, but you can the writing's on the wall. It's time for Big Gwoat to understand that she's becoming a Nowherean. She has nowhere to go. It's crazy. Go ahead, Bernadette.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, it's been a while. So look, I have a question. So you know how, congratulations to Alycia. That just lets you know she's on the right track and she's going to have sponsors and all type of stuff like lined up like behind her. And, good, she didn't stoop to the level. And even though somebody hits you, you hit her back, even though people was in the way. But good thing that she didn't just mess up her, I think that's what Claressa was trying to do, like mess up her chance to be better, be awesome or whatever. But how Claressa just posted the picture of her outfit for the sponsors, like asking for sponsors. Aren't the people supposed to ask you for sponsors? Like, how did that work?
Yeah. Well, no, the people don't ask you for sponsors. The sponsors normally reach out to you, but of course, you may have her team who's like, hey, let the sponsors know if you guys are interested. We got an event coming up. But normally sponsors are clamoring to work with you or have their patches on your trunks or to be involved in sponsorship because of all the views. You know what I mean? So that gives them a chance to expose their brands. But no one, is my understanding, remember, we on the outside looking in, there's nobody really reaching out to them because they don't want to attach themselves to Claressa Shields, Win Records, and this whole thing with the Zeus Network. Now, will that change? I don't know. But normally they reach out to you. They're chasing you down. but no one's chasing her down, so she's out there, you know, begging.
Look, did you see the girl that was exercising with her? Is she gonna fight on her card? Because she's saying that she fight in August too.
I don't know, man. I'll say this: I don't think that lineup, as far as the individuals on the undercard, I don't think it's firm. I think they're gonna continue refining, maybe adding to the card. I think they're panicking. I think they're desperate, and I'm not wishing bad on them. Y'all know that ain't my style. It's just optics. They look all over the place. They're a bunch of eggs. They're a bunch of scrambled eggs.
Yeah, look, did you hear that? Because I heard a couple people say this, that remember when I told you last time, they said that they didn't have, they scheduled the fights and stuff, but the fighters, Ray J and them, they don't have the permit to fight or something, supposedly.
Yeah, I heard.
The people be looking it up, all these content creators, they looking it up, and they don't have the license, supposedly, for the I don't know about Claressa, but for the other two fighters. Right. The other two fights.
Yeah. You know, you never know. Sometimes that stuff gets firmed up last minute. However, there are other times where it doesn't. And you would think that they would have all that in place. You know, I mean, they know they have a fight coming up on August 15th. They're actually 1 month out. Today's July 15th. You would think that they would have that stuff sorted out. Ray J looks like he's still enjoying life, partying, drinking. But then again, it's all streaming. So who knows if they're really doing the shit they're portraying. They just do things for clicks and views. But I just have a weird feeling, man, that whole event isn't going to be as successful as they were anticipating. And it's really MVP or nothing. That's really the direction this is going, because we talked about it. They're not looking at they're not short-term planners at MVP. At least they're long-term planners. Alycia Baumgartner and all those women at MVP, they are slowly but surely becoming household names. And Claressa is out there in Debo's goddamn pigeon coop with Smokey. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, no, you make me laugh. But look, so I was trying to call live, but I caught you like it be delayed, and I caught you at the last end. So look, remember when they the last couple days ago when y'all was talking about how she's saying that they could become boxers, but they on drugs like pills, mollies, and like what you call it, Schedule 2 and 3 drugs and stuff. So they ain't finna pass no drug test to be no boxer. And that girl Tasiki already said she do too many drugs to be a boxer. She said that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, if that's the case, then it's up to them to make a decision to clean up their act, and if they really want to go that route. But yeah, I've heard. I don't know if it was you or someone else was saying that these people are, indulging in a lot of different drugs. I mean, if they want to go to professional boxing, I mean, they can't do that. But they want to stay on Zeus. I don't know what the requirements are to do these spectacles. Maybe there's nothing. But I would think, because it's a liability, if you have people come on your network and fight, there got to be some kind of paperwork that gets signed. Like, hey, you go, your ass die. You can't blame us. That's on you. You're assuming all the risk. Yeah. But again, I'm just a common sense guy who knows a little bit about a lot, and I don't think
a lot of it.
Yeah. So I just know that there's some smart people out there. I know people don't want to give these people credit. They ain't gonna sit there like Demetrius Salita. He ain't gonna sit there and assume all the responsibility for some dumb shit. That guy, I don't know nothing about him, but his name is Lemmy. I would think that that stuff he has going on with the fighting and violence, there must be some documentation gets signed to where he's alleviated of any responsibility. So if they do a spectacle type event that involves fighting and people aren't really, physically, they can't pass physicals, and they go forward, somehow it's allowed, I'm sure it'll be on them. But yeah, that's a good point. If they're doing drugs, that shit ain't gonna work in professional boxing.
Yeah, and the girl said it. She said like, cause when she first called Claressa out when they was going back and forth, she was like, yeah, she do too many drugs though. But if she was to get, like, she probably would have to train for like 6 months. Which they're not trying to be they trying to do that type of fighting, cause that's like street fighters or whatever. So when they asked her again, do she think that she could beat Claressa? So that's what I think this is doing, is lining up to that $100,000 thing. You get what I'm saying? Because when they asked her at that press conference, when I watched it not too long ago, they asked her, what do she think that she could beat Claressa? I forgot how they asked the question, but she said she meant what she said. Like, she don't lose. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what this is leading up to, because Claressa know that. I believe she know her career is over. Cause like who she finna fight? She's scared to fight the people that's calling her out. Cause Hannah Gabriel went on somewhere again talking about like the calling Claressa out. She said it's personal now. You get what I'm saying? Like how she blackballing, like, you know, always saying like she a drug cheat. So she's saying that it's personal. So my thing is how she lost 100, she going to 160. Isn't that in the same range as the Cyborg and Hannah?
154 to 160. Cyborg's 154. Hannah's at 160, but Hannah can fight at 154. Claressa is right where she needs to be if she really wants to make a fight with those ladies. Yeah, they're all in the same weight category now. They're plus or minus 6 pounds. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's what they finna try to do, because there's no other opponents out there for her. Because I just looked up the thing for the fight. It's like 80% of the tickets still left. Like shit, like all the top rows is gone. I don't even know if those were for sale at first, and then one little portion like at the bottom, but all of them is still like dark blue. So they haven't even been selling tickets.
Yeah. Somebody else was saying that, man. Everybody who's been looking it up, they're like, these tickets aren't moving. And Claressa's basically becoming a wearing. You know, people don't want to see her. They don't want to see all that. And even this thing where we were like, maybe the Zeus card with the baddies that's going to pull in a large crowd is looking like maybe people who do want to see it, they'll just watch it from home, because maybe it's a safety concern. You know what I'm saying?
That's the normal thing, though. They watch Zeus at home. So most people that watch Zeus, it's like a app, like the Zone. It's the same similar thing. So why would I go and watch that outside when it's gonna be ghetto and, like you said, the atmosphere? Or I'm not a boxing fan, so instead of me going to support Claressa, I'm just gonna watch it online because I'm not trying to do all that. Or I'm not in Atlanta, and like times is hard now too to be flying way to Atlanta to look at this fight, and it's not even worth it when we can watch it online for $50 or however much. I don't even know how much it costs for the Zeus subscription.
Oh yeah, I don't know how much it costs either, but that's a good point about people. Like right now, who wants to fly and travel? I mean, are people?
I mean, it's the airplane. That shit's scary right now with all the war and the airplane windows falling out and like all type of stuff, you know. And then look, one more thing, and I'll let somebody else call. Did you see where she was cussing somebody out, saying like, yeah, y'all bees all in her man inbox? What that look like? Y'all inboxing my man, telling him to get back with his ex. Cause you know how everybody want him to get away from her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but guess what, girl? You get him you lose him how you got him. You get what I'm saying? You was in his inbox, so how you complaining about other people being in his inbox when you just did the same thing? She be forgetting what she do, huh? I think.
I saw her say that, but you know what? This is the thing. There may be people who are even. This is just me on the outside looking in. There may be some people who are like just trolling. Hey, get away from her. But there may be some women who maybe have. Because of her, their curiosity has peaked when it comes to Papoose, because they're probably like, what is it going on with this guy? You know, he just never.
No, but people already like them though, really already. So the people that was really his on his tail probably still on his tail. You know.
Could be.
So I just say that. I think it's just over for her. Like, ain't no, like, she better, the only how I think she can make a comeback when she if she go fight them two people, because ain't nobody else that's no competition. And, hey, look, this is what I want to tell you. So, look, do you remember along, 3 months ago when Shadeja Green, just going to switch the subject a little, Shadeja Green mother had posted on Facebook they was looking for her, right? So, I thought that it was a prank because who gonna put on Facebook like they was looking for her? I mean, I thought
looking for who?
I wrote on there.
Hold on. What happened?
Shadeja Green mother wrote on Facebook like, yeah, anybody seen Shadeja something, right? So I wrote under the page like, that's messy, because I thought it was somebody doing a fake page or something, like or pranking, like how she missing, because you know, like what happened to her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wrote that's messy. So why the mama responded like, yeah, I forgot what she said, but like some whole crazy stuff. And I had to tell the mom, like, I was rooting for Shadesha. Like, I don't got nothing against her. I thought somebody hacked our page or something. And then Shadesha came on and said something like kind of negative too. Like, yeah, she wasn't never missing. I mean, her mother was looking for her or some crazy shit. And it was from Shadesha page. I said, wow. But I texted her back like, get well, champ, or whatever. And I wish you well, but I was a fan. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy.
So supposedly Shadesha was gone missing. So did she?
She wasn't answering her mama call. She wasn't answering her mama call. So her mother wrote on Facebook a post like saying, if anybody seen my daughter or son or Shadesha, like call me or inbox me. I forget exactly what it said.
No,
so I wrote under the thing like, this is messy.
Right.
Because I didn't know that. I thought that was somebody like being funny or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's unusual that her mom would post something like that. You know what I'm saying? I have a good idea of them and their relationships. So that's I don't know what happened there. I haven't heard nothing about that. That's my first time hearing about that.
And then Shadesha wrote underneath on her page with the check and was like, yeah, she wasn't answering her mama call or something like this hurt or whatever. So when you talk to them, you let them know, they gonna know what you're talking about, that I didn't mean no harm. You get what I'm saying? Because I understand it's like, you know, like maybe they getting a lot of prank calls and or texts and stuff like that, you know, like just for the Gwoaties, is that what you call them?
Yeah, the Gwoaties. Yeah, the Gwoaties.
But yeah, I barely be watching it. Because I be driving and it's just a lot, and I be have to pay attention because people can't drive out here, shit, with all these accidents and whatever. And it's mind-boggling and draining, and it's sad. You get what I'm saying? So just watching that every day, like watching her stuff. So I be trying to catch your lives, and you know, and the point of your lives is everybody call and say their opinion, whether it's nay or yay. You get what I'm saying? Like if they for her or not for her. So that's another reason why I love your page, because you give everybody, you know, a chance to speak their mind. And the other pages, they don't do that. They like kind of talk and, you know, they have their own narrative, like sort of kind of, you know? So, yeah. But so how she in camp now, she do look like she a little slimmer, but the filter, so when she posts a picture and then show herself, she be looking really, really skinny. But then when she show herself running, she don't look as skinny as the picture.
Oh, so the filter can trim you down. It can make you look different.
Yeah, so that's what she doing. She looks slimmer though. I'm not saying that, but when she posted that picture and she like, I'm getting skinny, y'all, and she had on some blue sweats, but then she showed herself on the treadmill, that ain't the same size. You get what I'm saying? That other picture looked 10 pounds lighter than when she was on that treadmill. So that's what she doing. But it doesn't make any sense. So don't see though. And that fool ain't getting no divorce. You know, like come on now. And then people were saying like, why Remy don't throw his clothes away? She already said in New Jersey that it's a crime to take the spouse off of the insurance. So if it's a crime to do that, what you think it is if she throw his stuff away? She said she ain't finna throw his stuff away so he can sue her. Cause you know, just imagine if he got all these expensive clothes, because I'm sure he got more expensive clothes and type stuff with Remy. All those bags she shows, so ain't no telling what's all that stuff worth. So if she throwed it away, just imagine when they go to the get divorced, and he got a claim for like all that stuff saying she threw all my stuff away. Right. So just imagine. That's probably why. Hello? Yeah.
You breaking up over there.
Oh no, I said that's probably why she ain't throw his stuff away.
Oh yeah, no, we heard you.
With the court.
Yeah, we heard. We heard all of that. So what you think about Alycia now that she's going Hollywood and seem to be blowing up, and Claressa? It seemed like she had her moment leading up, like during the amateurs where they were doing, I think the what's it called, a biopic on her. Then she had the movie, but ever since then she's crashed out. So now she's just out here messing around with the Zeus Network and the baddies thing, and that doesn't seem to be all about her. It seems to be really all about Zeus Network. What do you think about that, seeing how the ladies at MVP are just incrementally growing, where Claressa is just kind of in Debo's pigeon coop?
Well, I know that she made the biggest mistake in her life not signing to MVP. Sometimes we got to put our pride to the side and look for the best for us instead of what somebody giving you, as in like because the only thing Pap could be giving her is some sexual stuff or something, or like they saying like she just thinks she won over Remy, but like that's what I just said. Congratulations to Alycia. That's saying that it's next levels to what she about to do. You get what I'm saying? Like the fights and like shit. Next, you know, she might be in a movie or something, or you know, like a lot of people. So this gonna open doors for her. You know, like just being on. That's the regular TV. Fox. This thing is on regular TV. So especially if she win, because remember when Claressa went on there, she lost on that whatever that same thing that Krishan did the same thing and Krishan won. Tasiki sister?
Yeah.
She did that same thing and Krishan won, but Claressa was way behind. So this is finna show that Alycia is like better than Claressa. That's all. And Claressa gonna be really jealous when she see this. So let's see what she try to do to copy this, because you know she try to copy off everything that they do. You know, or what she gonna say or do, or you know, like this gonna open up some floodgates because she's really jealous of Alycia. So, like I said, this is a door opener. And then look, Big Meech. I don't know who. I'm stuttering like her. I don't know. I don't know who he was talking to. He was on some type of podcast because you know how Claressa be in this Corvette.
And the Corvette, yeah.
And he like, yeah, ain't no Corvette, no flex. Like, yeah, like how Alycia pulling up in that Ferrari. You gotta get something foreign. A Chevy is that's a Chevy. That's American made. That ain't no foreign.
Right.
But it's okay. So let's just pray she get it together. So I think it's gonna take for her to fall and she gonna look like a fool. And just let's pray that she don't do nothing to herself or somebody don't do nothing to her. Like how you said, this is gonna lead to somebody getting hurt, and I believe it's gonna be her either hurting herself or she gonna do something to Papoose or try to do something to Remy when everything don't work out how she thought it was. So that's all I got to say. I'm gonna get back in the chat.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, caller. Let me call you back. We had somebody else calling in right there. I was trying to catch you. Let me call you back. Yeah, y'all know, y'all call in, I will call you back. One time, and then I move on, all right?
Hello.
Hood Champion, how you doing, sis?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. You know what? I call it because this girl makes it so hard for you to be able to like her, but in the same sense, like, I just feel really bad for her because it seems like she's going, which we all have gone through some stuff, and I sure have. I'm sure you have growing up as a kid, but because of her lack of professional help, like therapy, counseling, or whatever, her not dealing with whatever her trauma was as a youth, and it has spiraled over into her adulthood. Like, it's like this girl is looking for love in all the wrong places, as we see. She needs to be recognized because it's obvious she's fronting like she's, she's so confident, but it just, she's showing us her lack of self-esteem, her real confidence, her insecurities. So she has to put herself on a bigger, broader of a spectrum to make herself look like she's more than what she is. And I do believe that she is a narcissist. Like, I've studied that so much because my husband was my ex-husband. So I really feel bad for Claressa in a sense. And then there's the other part of me is like, girl, sit down. Go just focus on what you're good at, because I don't take that away. I think she's a really good boxer. I really do. But at the same token, with all her chaos and mayhem dealing with this dude, he's a big part of her. I feel like her downfall. And then there's her part too, because I always say I address her as an adult child. She's of age as an adult, but her mindset is so like 9th, 8th grade on that level. So there's a part of me that feels bad for her with that. But then there's a part of it where her cockiness just makes you just say, go sit down somewhere. She can make you very angry. Like if you allow her to take you out of yourself, she's that person that can do that. So that's my thought about her.
No, I agree with you, man. But there are people who've called in the last couple of nights. One person, we had a PhD, and we had a couple of therapists, people who are actively working in the field, and it sounds like there could be help for someone like Claressa, but she just doesn't seem like she wants any help, or she thinks that she needs help. And when I watch her, I'm just saying, I don't like her, dislike her. She's just interesting to me. But I'm telling you, I don't think she has anywhere to go. I don't.
I so agree with you.
That's why my thumbnail, I call her a Nowherean. Nowhereans have nowhere to go, and that's what she's becoming, and it's quite obvious.
Yes. And you know something else? As a preschool teacher, the way this woman speaks, again, it's just very elementary. Like, I kid you not, my 7-year-old granddaughter, loves to do her little Kool-Aid stand, right? The way she set her little things up prior to going out there to set her stand up, I said, my baby got more marketing skills, preparation than this adult child. And that's crazy. Like the whole spiel with her merchandise or whatever, that was just a whole joke. I just hate it because this woman, she could have gone very far, very far. And the fact that she's parading this man around and is okay at being a public mistress, that's sickening. That is sickening. So I just hope things work out for her. And if she does not win this fight, I'm sure we're going to hear about the excuses as to why or whatever. But I would say that maybe, hopefully it will humble her. But I would hope that her opponent would have serious security. Because this girl is so unpredictable, but predictable from her past behavior, things she said and things that we've seen. That whole situation with her going to a car for the guy fighter who's supposedly taking whatever off the gloves or whatever. And what she said, like that right there alone, that she would publicly announce that she's threatening to harm someone. That right there is an issue. So I'm just really hoping the K-Scott lady has, really good security to protect whatever happens before or after that. Hopefully it'll all go well and that they'll have a clean fight and separate without any issues. But I would seriously hope that she has security.
Yeah, I think Claressa has sense, but I also think she's unpredictable. And I tell you, I'll say this: the fact that Terrence Crawford won the ESPY, I'm just waiting to see what she's going to say, because Crawford is her buddy. But I know for a fact that's a double whammy to not win the ESPY, which we knew she wasn't going to win, but also for AB to come out now and they're dropping the commercial about the show. So that's a double whammy. It's just like a couple of weeks ago, there was a double whammy where something happened where it was like two things in like the same day. And we were talking about it. Somebody had got I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about like, damn, that's two different things that's got to hurt it. But I just think when she's accustomed, and I'm telling you from my experience, when you have people who are accustomed to being recognized and people who they're accustomed to people praising you and telling you good job and making you feel like you're really great at what you do, to all of a sudden you don't get that at all. You see, a lot of people, they need that recognition. They need that pat on the back. They need it. I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. Claressa does not get it. The only type of validation she gets is from herself. And then the attention she gets online, which isn't positive, but somehow I think in her mind, she thinks this is great. but she's not going to win any awards anytime soon. So I want to see how this plays out. The fact that here it is again, just at the BET Awards, she didn't get anything. Here it is again, she didn't get anything. Last year, right after she started that shit with Layla Ali, they gave, I think, Michaela Mayer an ESPN award or something. So every year, she's getting further and further away of what she was accustomed to. And it's a matter of time before she bites somebody. Like, I think I won't be getting anywhere near her, because I think she will bite somebody and go crazy. There are people like that. Some people are self-motivated. They don't care about none awards and none of that shit. I just want to do my job, go home. But there are others, they like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And she's one of them.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. What else you got?
I'm sorry?
So what else you got, man?
Oh, that's pretty much it. That I would just be aware when it comes to her, because again, she's predictable but unpredictable.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, and thanks for taking my call.
All right, you take care.
You as well.
All right. Okay, the phone line is open, 929-839-0679. What's this? Robert Greenleaf says, breaking, 50 Cent and G-Unit film and TV, just greenlit the definitive Claressa Shields docuseries From Flint to the Olympics. Is that real? Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll hear about that. You may be breaking some. I don't know who you are, Mr. Greenleaf, but you may have the inside scoop on some stuff, because I haven't heard that. But that's interesting. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Hood, it's All Natural.
What's up, All Natural?
All I got to say is, Remy has a Lifetime movie. She outside putting her bees on. Alycia has been casted for season 5 of Special Forces. Crawford has won the 2026 ESPY Award. Aja Wilson won the 2026 BET Award. And where is Claressa Shields? Nowhere in. Mm-hmm. Walking around with a sign on her forehead, I will work for sponsors.
Oh.
It is pathetic. But she's the big Gwoat. They should be checking for her, right?
100%.
Right?
100%.
100%. 100%. But, and again, terrorizing people, talking about people in Pap's inbox, the effing nerve of you to even speak on something like that. Isn't that the way you got him? In his inbox? Isn't that the way you got him? Mm-hmm. You lose him how you got him. And I want to say this. I said this before. Again, Fatal Attraction, I just keep going back to when Glenn Close said, I won't.
Thank you, Blue Jay Wright, for the $20. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
When Glenn Close said, I won't be ignored. That line, every time I think about that line, I think about Claressa. Because this will be the most humiliating thing if Pap leaves her. He's not going to give her a baby. He's not going to marry her. This will be devastating to her. But Pap better watch out. He better watch out, because what that lady just said when she went to admitted going to the car to get a knife. She was going to do something to that man. She admitted that because she was mad. I see no different with this Pap situation. This girl is dangerous. And we laugh, we joke about it. But just like the callers keep saying, the reason why she does not know where he lives, that is the reason why he knows that she would do a drive-by, a pop-up in a minute. He knows that. And when he decides to leave, She will not know where that man lives because he already knows she will pop up. She is dangerous. She is unraveling every single day right before our eyes.
Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of crazy to sit back and watch someone like her. I mean, at this point, we know what we're dealing with, but just to know you have somebody who's comfortable using threatening violence, from stabbing somebody, punching somebody in the face. It's not even that she's just saying random things, trying to intimidate others or build a tough reputation. No, she has poor impulse control, and she makes reckless decisions. She's proven this. Okay.
She has no restraint.
No, look, we're not making this up. She has poor impulse control and reckless decisions. The impulse control, the guy, first of all, the guy didn't pull the padding out the gloves. She bragged about going to get a knife, was gonna cut somebody. Then she went, reckless decision, and slapped Alycia. So you can see that, like you're saying, if Papoose were to up and away and leave her embarrassed with nothing, oh, you better believe she's going to continue reacting impulsively, and she's going to make reckless decisions, and his ass could be in danger, and anyone else who's gotten in the way, who she feels has done her wrong. Because her career right now, she has nowhere to go. She has nowhere to go. But she did it to herself. She did it to herself.
I have seen posts, you know, with her burner accounts talking about the golden child. You know, just saying things about that baby. You know, she's sick. She's sick. You know, and we all sitting back. You know, at times, you know, sometimes you just can't help but to laugh at her because she's a joke. She lies profusely. She's habitual, pathological. I don't know which one is worse, but whichever one it is, she is that. She lies so much. And she knows that she's lying, but she doesn't care. Do anybody know what that is called? I know we had 2 therapists back to back this week, 2 or 3. What is it called when somebody just continuously lies all the time? They know they're lying, but in their mind, they're telling the truth. She's dangerous. And Pap, he better get out, because she's not going to take this well. She has jumped in front of every bullet, car, bus, train, plane to defend this, whatever she called it, with him. Remy's husband. She has done, but he has not once defended their relationship. The only time he comes out is when there is money to be paid to him. She is not going to take this well. She has put too much on the line, her career. I mean, everything. She has sold her soul for this man. If he leaves her, this is not going to go over well. This is going to be the most humiliating, aside from her losing the awards and stuff like that, this is going to be the most devastating, humiliating thing ever for her, because everybody on social media is watching this in real time every day. Her crashing out, arguing with people back and forth. I mean, this is not going to go well.
No, I agree.
And Glenn Close said, I won't be ignored. This is what we're dealing with, a fatal attraction.
No, I agree. And, a fatal attraction, I don't know the ins and outs on it, but I don't think it's just with a relationship. I think it's any and everybody around Claressa Shields where she feels like, hey, you've done me wrong. And look, she can sit there and say, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with y'all. She likes to attack the people who call into the show. She's never said anything about me that I know of, but I'm sure she's not praising me away from the camera. But the reality is this. There's something going on there, and you can look in the eyes and see that she's a ticking time bomb. And she's gonna explode, you know, and it goes back to what I'm saying. Some people could she will try to say, oh, maybe I was just exaggerating, trying to impress people. And no, she means what she says. When she gets upset, most people, when they get upset and they start cussing and carrying on, they're telling you what they truly mean, what they've been always wanting to say and do. And so when she was ranting and raving, I'm like, she means that. She means that. Claressa will hurt someone, and she probably will end up, unfortunately, if she don't get her shit together, she will probably end up in the joint. You know, because that's where people like that go who can't control it. They have this impulse issues, man, and reckless decision making. They don't end up in good situations, and that's the direction she's going. Especially when you have people around you who are condoning the violence, encouraging the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad.
Yeah, I mean, over the past couple of days, I mean, we see her every day. But over the past couple of days, from the trying to sell her merchandise, you know, rest in peace to their granny, that situation where the family members have come online and this back and forth, and her sister going back and forth, arguing. She's saying if her sister come online and lie on her, she's going to pull from under whatever she's doing for her sister. And she uses her money as control over people, you know. That situation, I saw a live today from Shalita. She was on the phone with the Genesee County office. She was talking to someone about the property. The property is in foreclosure. It's set to go to auction September the 3rd. The taxes, the auction starts at $2,785.56. That is the amount that is owed on the property.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it's just so many things that's going on, and she just can't keep her mouth shut. If she would just be quiet, you can just, I don't even know what word to use or what to say. If she could just be quiet, if she could just get the right team around her, she is losing it. And I feel like she is going to have a nervous breakdown. And it's not going to be good. It's going to be so sad. It's going to be so sad.
Okay.
If, you know, when this happens to her.
Right.
But that's all I got. This is Fatal Attraction at its finest.
All right. I appreciate you calling in as always.
No problem. Thank you, Hood.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So I'll tell you what, when it comes to this Fatal Attraction thing and when it comes to Papoose, yeah, I do think he's going to find himself in some trouble. But this is the thing, man. It's all bad. When you get somebody who's boasting about the things like Claressa, she's kind of quieted down a little bit now. That's because there hasn't been anything for her to really go off about. But now there's stuff for her to go off about. And you watch, she's going to go off. She's going to make noise. And she's going to have a whole lot to say because more and more content creators are talking about her. And I do think that Papoose needs to be worried. I think everybody should. You know, I'm sitting here just trying to understand the inability to control your anger. That's a problem. But this is what people are seeing and why opportunities aren't presenting themselves for her. She's been showing an inability to control her anger for quite some time. And she doesn't seem to want to get control of it. But that's why she's looking at AB. I'm telling you, Alycia Baumgartner probably need to be careful too. And all those women over there on MVP. I know some of them get along with Claressa. Some of them understand her. They kind of got a little bit of a chip on the shoulder like her. Kind of, you know, feel that, you know, that they come from, you know, certain struggles and people don't understand them. They don't get fair shakes. But at the end of the day, what Jake Paul is doing with those ladies on MVP, he's building a long-term brand and putting those women in the households of casual fans. Let me ask y'all a real question, and y'all call in if y'all disagree or even if you agree, or if you just want to talk about the dog biting the cat today. 929-839-0679. Let's be real. Do we understand the importance of having an athlete be recognized in the home of a casual audience? Now, for those of you who are saying, I don't know what that means, Hood. Okay, y'all ever heard of networking? How many of y'all are out there working and hustling? I don't care what level you're at. You out there doing something, right? Y'all heard of networking, right? How important is it for you to have a strong network, especially if you want to achieve real success in whatever you're doing? Now, when you talk about that network, I'm going to tell you, I know firsthand, because I may know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and they speak positively about me. They never met me, but they speak positively about me. Hey, you need what? Oh, you have an opportunity for this, an opening for this? I got just the person. Name is Hood Champion. Her name is All Natural. Her name is Blue Jay. You see what I'm saying? Who's going to do that for Claressa Shields? Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Good evening.
I can barely hear you. Are you on the earpiece or something? I can barely hear you.
Wait a minute. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, all the way up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What's going on?
All right. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I was just calling in because I was just kind of piggybacking off of your last caller in reference to what she was saying about Claressa, and I do agree with everything she's saying. However, I think that Claressa does know. I think she's just embarrassed, and I think she's telling her, like, don't pay the internet any mind. They don't know you. And I have her thinking, he also has her thinking, that she's bigger than the program, but she's starting to see that she's really not, And I also think that as far as the merchandise and everything that she was selling, do you think she possibly was doing that to make it seem like she doesn't have any money because there could be a potential lawsuit with several people?
No, for me to, and look, I try to be fair, I would be giving her way too much credit to think that she's can stay a step ahead of all of us, to where she's like, okay, I'm going to make them think I don't have anything because you're selling that merchandise, but then you're bragging about how you got millions of dollars and you're the face of women's boxing and you're that BITCH. So I can't say that that's what she's doing, because if she was, it wouldn't make sense, because an hour later, she's out there bragging about how many millions of dollars she makes and how much she has. So no, I don't think that. I think she really was out here just trying to get rid of that merchandise because she had it, because she has a fight coming up. And she was just trying to find a sucker, because a sucker's born every day, to sit there and spend their money on that crap. That's why she was jacking up the prices on the live. And that's really unfortunate for people. Hey, people can do what they want, but don't let nobody play you like that. You know what I'm saying? At least get something quality. But people can do what they want. But for me, I don't mind supporting people, but I'm far from slow. Don't try to come out here and hustle me, man. And that's what I think that is. But my thing will continue. It's all about you. You called in. Continue.
No, I like hearing you talk. Let me just ask you this. Do you think that she could become so unhinged that she thinking, what is it? Is it 50-50, 30-50, 70 something? One of those things, I forget what they call it, where a person becomes unhinged that it's not even a family, like somebody would take over and place her into like a psych ward or something.
I'll tell you what, the pressure is mounting and her unpredictability is becoming more scary, because it's like what I suggested a few minutes ago. You have somebody, and I'm telling you from experience, I was a person who didn't care about getting recognized. Then I started getting recognized after 11 years into my career, where I changed my attitude. I was like, oh, this feels pretty good. But it wasn't what drove me. Like, I didn't care for no one to say, good job, attaboy. But it does feel good for people. If someone if I walk by you and I don't know you, say, hey, how you doing? Hey, I like your perfume. Oh, you look nice. Oh, I like your shoes. They're not trying to flirt with you, just an honest compliment. That makes you feel good. There's some people, when it comes to their occupation, Claressa is someone you can tell. That's why she's always talking about 2 gold medals, 19 world championships, 5 weight divisions. I cook fish. She always talking about shit and wants someone to tell her something nice. She's not getting recognized right now for the things she's accustomed to getting recognized for. So she's trying to fill that void with this attention, thinking that validates her as being someone important. She's not. I think the pressure's mounting and she's going to explode. She's missing out on awards. Alycia is blowing up. The other girls from MVP are about to blow up. I think she's going to start hating on Caroline Dubois, because Caroline Dubois doesn't seem to be saying too much about Claressa right now. I think Jake Paul and MVP have those women over there planned for long-term success. All these women in the household are casual fans. Claressa is not, at least not for the right reasons. And I do think Claressa is going to have a blow up. I give it 2 weeks. How about this? 30 days out from the fight. Within the next 30 days, Claressa is going to blow up online. Watch. It's going to take one more thing for someone else to get recognized or get something, because I think it's going to be at least Amanda Serrano who's going to make some announcement. Because Claressa feels that she's above everyone. She feels she's superior to every one of these female fighters. She even thinks she's superior to all the men. I'm not saying you shouldn't have confidence, but when you really believe that they're less than me, they're beneath me, they shouldn't be getting these opportunities, I should be getting them, she's going to go online and she's going to have that blow up. I'm willing to bet $25 on a fried rice and chicken wings with wonton soup for somebody out here if I'm wrong. I'm willing to bet that. You watch, it's coming.
Yeah, but if you think about it, right? She does think she's bigger than the program, but if you really think about it, take it back before she started messing with Papoose, right? Mm-hmm. Before she started messing with Pat, she was kind of like off, but not as much as she is. I don't see anything in the past, unless I'm wrong and somebody could pull it up, where she talked about how broke people are and how people are beneath her and stuff like that. Now, how she treated people was different. We didn't know about that because it wasn't so open. Maybe she's been like that. We just haven't seen it because, she hasn't been so out there where we all, can see her tactics and things like that. I like her as a boxer. I really told you before, I tried to like her as a person, but she just unhinged. But I felt like she didn't start getting like that until she got with Papoose.
Yeah, no, we talk
and
about.
I'm from New York, so
yeah, we've been talking about that on the show for a while. When you timeline it, look at where Claressa was. She was up and away at one point in her career. But when that whole thing with her and Papoose came to light, and really when he got involved with her career, it was all over. Because when it first came out, there were a lot of people rooting for him. You take a look when the two of them walked into her events for boxing matches. Everybody was celebrating and, she with Papoose and this, and everybody was excited. But then now that you're kind of seeing the direction he's taking her career, and nobody excited about it no more. So you see, everything has just swung the opposite direction for Claressa Shields in that relationship. So yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel bad. I want to feel bad for her. Maybe I wish somebody could just grab her and she would listen to somebody could give her a good hug and she cry, cry that thing out, get it over with and then bounce back stronger than ever. But she just won't do it. She just won't listen to anyone. And that's the saddest part. Like, you came from all the way down there to get all the way up here to just land on baddies as a judge. And then suck as a judge on baddies. Didn't even know what to say or do.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't know. I'm only now seeing that she did the judging thing. I didn't realize that she did that until I think today. I saw something. I'm like, who is this with the orange hair? I'm like, that's Claressa. I'm like, okay, so she already did whatever the role was she was going to do as a judge. That's already done. So her Zeus assignment has concluded. I thought there was something more to her going over there to Zeus and working with the baddies. I thought she was going to be in a reality series, but obviously that's not the case. So I have no idea what she's doing, but I did see that.
Yeah, poor thing.
All right, what else you got? Are you good?
Well, no, that's good. I'm good. That's it. I appreciate you listening to me, and thank you, and good night.
All right,
I'll be on.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Okay, 402. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of anyway, the phone line is on 929. Okay, yeah. It's cool that y'all are texting me. I'll read it after, but call 929-839-0679. But going back to what I was saying, and y'all don't worry about if I'm talking, y'all can interrupt me. This live is for y'all to call in. I just fill in the dead space. Networking. How important is the network? You got to think about with somebody like, hey, I got this person. Who out here, and let's be fair, who is going to say, hey, I got somebody for you? Oh man, not right now. I'll give him 2 minutes. Go ahead, POTUS. You got 2 minutes.
Hey, tell the lady that she a compulsive liar. That's what that means. Who's
a compulsive liar?
That's what she was talking about Claressa. She was trying to say what kind of lie she be telling. It's a compulsive liar. You ain't got to ask for a lie. They'll straight up tell you one.
Oh, all right, man. I'll let her know. I appreciate you calling in, man. You got something before you jump off?
No. I just didn't call and say that.
All right. I appreciate you, man.
All right, then.
All right. We'll talk to you.
All right.
All right, POTUS. That was the POTUS, man. It's always an honor to get, when you get these dignitaries and elected officials to call into the show. But who's going to refer her to go out there and get some big role, man? Now I'm going to tell you, there was a time where Claressa probably would have got it. But somebody said that low-key they feel Jake Paul is blocking Claressa Shields' opportunities. Let's be fair here. Why wouldn't he? If there was an opportunity presented and it came in front of Jake Paul, why should he take the high road and say, nah, go ahead and give it to her? Why? This man has a whole stable of fighters. Why would he give an opportunity to Claressa Shields when all she does is come out here and disrespect that man, disrespect his fighters, disrespect his company, his brand? Why? And the same thing I'm going to tell you. I think most of the roadblocks that have been placed is not by Jake Paul. You know who's placed those roadblocks in front of Claressa? It's Claressa. And she doesn't know how to navigate around those impediments. Isn't that some shit? You're the one who placed these impediments in front of you that's precluding you from moving forward, and you don't know how to remove them. Now, to that I say, in the most respectful way, hey, yo, you big Gwoat, hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. You have besieged yourself in self-inflicted misery. I didn't do that. Jake Paul didn't do that. AB didn't do that. The women in this chat that you like to say crazy shit about, they didn't do that. You did that. So yeah, I don't see Big Gwoat gonna be in no damn movie. I don't see her getting invited to too many events after this. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was Papoose, who was the one where some of these doors were remaining open. But now after talking to you all on the live, it looks like that's not the case. So as Claressa's shine continues to dim, those doors where there's a little bit of an aperture there is going to close shut because the rest of them are welded shut indefinitely. That shit is impossible to open those up. But remember, it's what she's doing, going at Jake Paul, but we all know what really got this popping. And I ain't here to beat a dead horse so much till I resuscitate him. I don't want to hear hee-haw. We got to hold your horses, don't take it to the stupid when she went at Layla Ali. Layla Ali don't have to say nothing. Claressa did it to herself. Everyone who follows boxing understands the significance of Claressa disrespecting those people. Look, let's be honest. We talk about Claressa's career downward spiraling, right? We talk about that career downward spiraling after she hooked up with Papoose. Okay. But when shit really hit the fan, he had got involved with her. But when he was encouraged, and I believe this 100%. Now, this is my opinion. I believe 100% that he was the one advocating for her to go very aggressive and say whatever she had to say to Layla to try to get that fight. And it didn't work out. I believe that 100%. And as I watched the way that she's conducted herself, and I've been watching since August of last year, and I've been following her for a while, but I really started paying attention to the bullshit, I think around August of last year. It was when Layla Ali dropped them videos. Because there was some back and forth, but then when she dropped those videos, that's when I was like, what the hell is this? And I started paying attention, and I just see Claressa just moving down the ladder. You're supposed to be moving up the ladder. You're supposed to be up and away. She's just moving down the ladder. And I'm like, if we can see it, how come she can't see it? Shit's drying up. And I didn't do it to her. You didn't do it to her. She did it to herself and her team. Now, they may come out here August 15th and by the end of the year and announce some $100 million signing. She may somehow work a deal where all of a sudden they get her away from Dimitri Salita and take her as the first female signed to Zuffa Boxing. But let's be real. What promoter, again, it's about networking. What person is going to be like, look, we want to sign a female fighter. Well, hey, who you thinking about? If they mention Claressa Shields' name, what person is going to want to put money in her pocket and bring them over to represent their brand? She did it to herself. Nobody's going to want that. So if she's listening, look, don't take this as Hood Champion trying to attack you. No, I'm just telling you. I've never been at that level like with these guys with billions of dollars, but I've been at a level where I'm fucking seeing thousands of people come through these hands. And I know what I'm talking about. They don't want to mess with you. I've been in those behind closed door sessions where decisions are being made. And we talk about all of that shit. All of it. You better believe it. And Claressa would never know. That's why she's not getting nothing. You can imagine people sitting in a room having to decide, okay, we have this voting based kind of system to determine who are going to be the winners of different awards. Could you imagine people in that room and they say, okay, these are the names. And when the names go up, they see Claressa Shields' name, they probably start laughing. Hysterically. 929-839-0679. If y'all think I'm wrong, or if you agree, call it and tell me. And let me check, make sure I'm not missing anybody's phone calls because, I don't want to miss anybody's call. But yeah, 929-839-0679. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It says liability. Yeah, 100%, man. Ryan, Rob Bass, man. Yeah, we could talk about that later. She's stuck in stupid hood. She would disrupt the entire camp at MVP. Yeah, if she would have gone to MVP, you know what? We can say all day that she probably should have gone over there to MVP, but I'm sure MVP is saying that they dodged the bullet. For real. That's what they're saying. We really dodged the bullet here. Because if she would have came over there with all those women, they wouldn't have all gotten along. It would have been one problem after the next. Again, because Claressa feels that she's bigger and better than everybody. I got damn near 400 people in here too. Hopefully y'all hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, 929-839-0679. Y'all go ahead and call it. I want to hear from y'all. Especially about this thing with y'all were talking about. It says great character pays out. Yeah, no doubt. What y'all were talking about with the money. Somebody told me that there was an arrangement for Claressa to pay some of that money for, the funeral, and then she at last minute backed out. Then I seen the thing floating around here about a house going into foreclosure. So again, you look at the personal life of Claressa Shields, you look at the professional life of Claressa Shields. Anybody who's going through something like what she's going through, I don't see how you can sustain. That's a lot to digest. That's a lot to process. That's a lot to live with, especially when you have a relationship that's volatile. She goes home to an empty home most of the time. You there all by yourself, man. Those walls start coming in on you. But hey, she's unraveling, but she did it to herself. And it is what it is, man. Let me come over here. Yeah, and I like what the caller said. Sometimes a big cry does wonders for a person, It says the grandmother, yeah. That's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? That they're still dealing with this issue with the funeral. That's really unfortunate, man. Miss 2216 says 48 laws of power never outshine the master. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, man. She started all the fire surrounding her. So I guess the question now is, right? We know all the things that she's done. Is anyone out here optimistic about her coming from underneath all this drama? Does anyone feel that she's gonna, get back to the promised land? Because I posted a video of her. Let me see if I can find it, man. I'm gonna show y'all. I posted a video. I didn't even know this existed, but I'm gonna show y'all what I found, and it blew my mind. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna show y'all right now. It blew my mind when I was looking at it last night, and I was like, oh, I gotta upload this. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. I didn't know. Here it is. This is before the money. This is before everything. This is Big Gwoat. Let me show you this person. And I'm going to ask y'all what happened to this person as it pulls up here. Let me make this a little bit smaller. This is what I want to know. What happened to this person right here?
It's in the ring. You know what? I just focus on that one person. I block everything else out. Love you so much. We're inspired. You are just an inspiration. Thank you. Claressa Shields, first woman boxer to win the Olympics at 17 years old. How do you focus in the ring?
You know what? I just focus on that one person. I block everything else out.
Love you so much. We're inspired. You are just an inspiration. Thank you.
What happened to this person? She in the mall. She got on a Spellman hoodie. She seemed focused. She seemed humble. She don't seem to be too worried. At least, you know, look, we can't see what's going on inside of her. But she seemed to be just there in the breeze. What happened to this person? And the phone line is open, man, 929-839. Y'all know the rest. How do you go from this to what we're dealing with today? You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. What happened to that person? It's crazy, man. Yeah, that's crazy. We go from that to dealing with all this craziness out here on the internet with her carrying on and cussing and just acting the fool. I tell you what, man, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Never seen nothing like it, man. Just for someone to just go from that to come out here and just start carrying on. Get a little bit of money and start acting the fool. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of money and just start taking it to the stupid. And that's what's the craziest thing to me. To see somebody like her go from that to acting the fool.
We here at the press conference because it's the Gwoat fight week, and of course, you know, Pap upstairs.
I mean, how did we get to this? You go from where she was at, young girl, humble, to this right here. Just buck wild, got a little bit of money, you know, had a little bit of cosmetic things done to herself, and just took it to the stupid. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely crazy. I just don't understand. What happened to this? That's my question. How do we get to that? You go from this to this. Crazy. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hey, Hood, how you?
I'll be better if you mute your TV for me.
If what?
If you mute your TV for me.
Oh, I ain't got TV. I ain't got no TV. I'm at work. Let me move.
Oh, yeah, you loud.
Hold on. Is this better?
Yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead. What you got?
It's a little better?
It's all right. What you got?
Oh, I was calling because I just have an opinion.
Okay.
I think because when she went to the Olympics twice and came back and didn't get no endorsement, no kind of like recognition, that kind of probably affected her too. Like she just feel like she wasn't worthy and she just answered the buck loud.
So you feel like, wait, say that again? Because what do you say? You feel like she...
I said, I was thinking, you still can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. You said she's buck wild now because of what?
I think when she went to the Olympics twice and she didn't really get the rebound that she expected when she got back, like all the money and the fame and, you know, the recognition, she didn't get none of that when she got back from the Olympics. I think that probably had an effect on her too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could have, but word on the street is, even back there during the Olympic days, and that she had a questionable attitude, and even after she won the second gold medal, she still had that attitude, and there were people who wanted to work with her who got wind of her attitude and poor decision making, and they chose to pass her over.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, and that was me that sent you that video earlier. That was basically just to show about her attitude as far as how she was with Tony Brick's people funeral, how she just took it over. Tony Brick's brother's funeral.
Yeah, I remember the sister called into the show and talked about it.
Yeah, she did. She to the
all right, your phone breaking up right now. It's really bad, so call back when you get a chance, okay? All right. Bye. Okay, 929-839-0679. I see somebody said, you know what? The money, when a person gets money, their true colors show. You know, is that what happened here with Claressa Shields? Is it the money? First of all, was she always like this? Because I'm going to tell you, and there's people who've called into the show and said this. They didn't say who they were, but there are people who've called in and have spoken. And I had somebody reach out to me. They called into the show. And they told me, man, that they're very familiar with what happened back then during the Olympics. They're very familiar with what happened after the 2 gold medals with most of the girls who were there at the same time competing Olympic, and then, deciding to go pro. They said there were big time sponsors and people who were interested in Claressa. Now let's frame this picture here. You are sitting here as someone who has a corporation or whatever it is, and you want to invest in athletes coming out the Olympics. You have a girl who's the only male or female in the United States to win 2 gold medals in boxing. You have that coming out. Now, let's be honest. You think people aren't paying attention? You think people aren't paying attention? That's like the damn draft. They're like, oh man, this is the cream of the crop right here. So now let's stop right there. What is it that would make them pass over her? Some people said because she was black. Some people said because, hey, by society standards, she's not that attractive. And a lot of us bought into that initially. But then now you've been hearing people talk about different things and you see how she's acting. Makes you wonder, huh? That maybe that attitude was on full display. And it goes back to what I was talking about, networking. And somebody say, hey, what's up with that one? Everything looked good on paper. What's the story? And they're like, nah, she ain't ready. You see? So when I think about it, do I think based on what she's accomplished, you would think that she deserved a whole lot. But now that we see it, it's like maybe there's a reason. But I believe 100% because I know for a fact that these people who I've spoken to is a couple. I'm not going to say who they are. I know who they know. I know everything these people told me because it's been I know who they are. And I know what they're saying. And when they tell me that, I just shake my head. Because the reason, and you say, well, why would they contact you? I agree. I don't have but like 24,000 subscribers. I ain't got no large YouTube channel. But they reached out to me because I kept saying Claressa should be a gazillionaire. She should have been a gazillionaire. You know, that's my word right there. And that's why they reached out to me. They're like, you keep saying this, but you don't know this. And I was like, all right, break it down. And they broke it down. And I was like, holy shit. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, good.
How you doing?
Good. So the answer to your question is actually in her movie. 2 parts. If you watch the movie, it was a part where she was going to go to the Olympics for the 2nd time, and she's sitting with her coach Jason. And the promoters come to her, and they really asked her, like, we want to get you the sponsorship. We want, to bring you back to the Olympics, but we need you to communicate differently. And she took it
That's right. You're right. I did see that part in the movie.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
And she took it, and remember, she got defensive, and she, even then, it was like, this is how I talk.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that this is where parenting is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when parents don't correct children, they grow up to be adults who can't correct themselves. Because another part of that movie that I feel like is the sad part for her is when she got rid of her coach Jason. Remember her reasoning for getting rid of him. He felt like she got into boyfriends and stuff like that, and they were not the best for her character. That's something that he tells her. And also, he tried to tell her, he agreed with the promoters. You need to polish yourself up a little bit. So she cut ties with Jason for those reasons. And he was like a father figure to her. And I think the difference with her now, because it's not just the Olympics that changed her, and it's not money. Like, if you look at the old Claressa, even when Claressa was getting a little coin, right? She still had a humbleness to herself. Was she still cocky? And yes, but she had that cockiness that a champion should have at that time. I'm going to say over and over again, the problem is
The same thing that her coach Jason tried to warn her about. She is not the type of female who do well with trying to compete with men and their other resources. Pap is the downfall of her character. And I say this because him being almost a 50-year-old man, and she loves him, clearly, because nothing is greater than him to her. So she loves him. He does it. I just, men in my life, and I even look at my younger brother, for example. My younger brother can check me in a heartbeat. If he feels as though I'm saying something or communicating or not walking in the light that I should as a beautiful Black woman, he will check you. And that's my younger brother. I think she's just tarnished by a man who don't care about her. And she can think he does in every way, shape, or form. Right now, and this is why I always let you be live, and she is on the internet running her mouth, reminding people of her 19 world championships and all that stuff that don't matter today. And still, there's nobody who's sitting next to her. Her mother, she don't have a mother to call her on the phone and say, girl, don't nobody care about what you did yesterday. What are we doing tomorrow? She don't have that. Is she going to get better? No. We keep saying it, and we can't diagnose her, but she has a personality default that will not allow her to think that she's anything greater than the image of herself that she painted in her head, even if the world crumbles around her. And the scary part about that is people like that normally bring their own selves to the demise when the reality kick in. So if any of her family members hear me, any one of y'all who she actually probably will listen to, because it's definitely not a mother, it's definitely not a father. So whoever that person in her life, if it's Jason himself, because to me, that's the only person I ever saw who really not had power over her. She challenged him too, but she listened to him. She respected him. I don't see nobody in her life that she respects. Like somebody, when they check her, that she don't bug back at. Most of us, people in your chat, can probably give you, and even the toughest person, you yourself, you probably can give me 5 people on your hand in your lifetime that if they picked up the phone right now and called you and say, Hood, you need to fix this. Hood, you might want to do this. Hood, this is not a good look. Hood, and you will listen just because of the voice who's on the other end of that phone. She don't have it. She don't have it. What keeps us from destroying ourselves is good support systems. Because all of us have a little arrogance in us at some point, but somebody at some way along the line took us and shook us and put us on the right line. I know growing up, some people didn't have the parents that I had. So my parents was parents to other people. They respected my dad. They respected my mom. I know everybody don't have it in their household, but a lot of people, even the toughest drug dealer that you can come across, has somebody that they respect. No, can't do that around Miss So-and-so. Can't do that around Mr. So-and-so. Get off of that porch. Don't go in that corner because that's Mrs. So-and-so house. They have somebody. I have yet to meet, and somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, have you ever seen somebody check Claressa and she'd be like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, okay, babe, okay, love, like none of, not her friends, nobody. And that's scary. People like that normally, once they realize that they have nothing and they hit bottom, they normally are the people who bring their own stuff to the demise. And when I say I don't want to speak it into existence, but I'm talking about in the worst case scenario. And that is what I say for her. She does not, even today, her response to not winning the ESPY is going on the internet and just talking about how great she is. That's fine. You did those things, but what are you going to do now? What are you going to do going forward? Do you not see that your image is not the image that it was even 5 years ago? And fortunately, the person that's closest to her is that man who don't care one rat's cent about her. And even as these YouTubers and everybody dig into win records, and they pretty much put in her face the fraud of that company. The address on that LLC is actually an address in foreclosure.
That's crazy.
She doesn't question that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And it's crazy that because one time she was very frugal. I remember when she was a frugal person. She would, like, even, I would say August of 2024, for example, she was doing an interview and her buying this car that she bought now. She could have bought cars then. She said, no, I'm fine with the car that I have. I bought my sister a car. I bought my mother a car. I don't believe in wasting money like that. But then she got to compete with Remy. So now she got to get the 2-seater. Now she got to get the hair done every single day. Not realizing that Remy was already her. She was already her. She already had resources. She was a product of Big Pun. Like, that man took care of her in life and death. She had people like 50 Cent in her corner when she came out of prison. You don't have none of that. So when you crumble, you crumble. And Pap ain't going to be there. And he ain't going to be upstairs either.
Right. You bring up some interesting points there, man. Now, this thing with Remy and the money spending, because we talk about all kind of stuff on the channel, as you know. But do you really think that Claressa went from being frugal and financially responsible to really deep down wanting to compete with Remy so bad because of Papoose that she went and may have spent all of her money and now she's out here broke, no joke? You think she really went that far?
Absolutely. And I'll challenge anybody. Do the homework. Go and look at Claressa, any interview, how she dressed, anything before December 25th, 2024. And then come to January 2026 after Remy exposed her and Pat. And then watch the change. Watch the change. She was already cute. If you look at some of the pictures of her and I don't care what nobody says, she's not an ugly girl. She's just ugly inside. That makes her ugly on the outside. But if you look at her, even with pictures of her and her old fiance, there are gorgeous, cute little pictures. Her dressed in cute little dresses, cute little heels, but like in a very homely kind of way, you know, very Southern Belle kind of way, you know,
a Southern Belle? Okay, Southern Belle. Okay, the first time I heard somebody refer to Claressa as a Southern Belle, but
she didn't dress like she really like tried to convert herself into that woman. Like she didn't dress
No, I agree. Her whole style has totally changed. Changed. Yeah, you're right about that.
So now she got to be a diva. You're not a diva. You didn't have to be a diva. Remy was a diva when she was broke in the projects because of the people she had around her. Like, she could be a diva. People was buying her 745s just because she could spit bars. And she was still in the projects. So everything is her trying to image herself, I feel, to compete against his wife. And that is one of the worst forms of narcissism ever, honestly. Like, you really try to, like I said, it's on Lifetime. I have seen characters like this on Lifetime. She's the first person I ever seen like this in real life. Like, literally, who tries to be that other person. And it's just sad. It's very sad. And Remy ain't paying her no mind. Like, Remy ain't paying her or Pat no mind. Like, you got the man. But it's an insecurity in her. And it's never going to change. And she is competing against the world. I am dying right now of her comments on the internet. Like, it's just nothing about her is professional anymore. Nothing. Nothing. Not one thing about her is professional anymore. So I do think she should do OnlyFans. That's probably all she got left in her. She's going to need some way to make income. And she keeps riding on this August 15th. I think August 15th is going to be a disappointment, just like everything in her life right now. And I don't know what's going to happen to her after that. And then when Pat does leave, because he will, that's what narcissists do. After they wear you out, drag you down, make you broke, make you the joke, they find something new, and she's not going to have anything. The girl is going to, mark my words, we are where we at? What's the day? July 15th, 2026. We're going to come on here and have a conversation about Claressa Shield, July 15th, 2027. And it's going to be worse than what it is now. Mark my word. I said it. we're gonna have this conversation. I'm gonna call into your show July 15, 2027, and let's talk about the follow-up conversation to Claressa Shields from July 15, 2026. It's gonna be super, super ugly.
So you think Claressa Shields after August 15th is she gonna crash out?
I think she's gonna realize that it's all over, because this is the only thing she's riding on right now. So if you see her right now, it's like, F this, F the BT, F this, F the SPs, all the things that used to matter to her. None of them things matter anymore. But August 15th is going to change her world in her head. I think August 15th is going to expose to her there's nobody there to see you, honey, or Kate. Nobody.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point that you're bringing up. So you got August 15th, you got the big fight going on, and could you imagine, first of all, there's already a lot of distractions that are surrounding her. Could you imagine her on fight night, being in the back of the dressing room, and then all of a sudden, she's watching the camera, she's watching the screen from the dressing room and sees maybe 20-30% of the crowd leave before she comes out. That is going to be another major distraction. Kay Scott has a real chance to win this fight.
And the thing is, the only thing I don't feel good about the Kay Scott thing is the fact that it's like her coworker. And I feel like I don't trust none of them. Not even the leader no more. He just like the little puppy in the bag.
Yeah,
if you see him talk on the mic, it's like
I don't know what happened to him.
So confident.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I'm like, how did he allow these vultures to come in here and just take over the show?
Yes.
It's not even about his promotion. It's win records. I'm like, what is going on? That's why I wish if the fly on the wall could talk, to find out how did this man go from being a pretty impressive promoter to all of a sudden just...
He looks scared.
Yeah, he does. He looked very uncomfortable. I don't understand.
He looks scared.
I don't know. He was a badass boxer too. The man only had 2 losses, champion and everything. So I don't know what happened to him.
He looked scared. That last video of them in Puerto Rico, and they had passed him the mic, he looked like he didn't know what he should or should not say.
Oh man, see, I need to see that. That is crazy.
Watch his face when Pat Trott put the phone towards him to talk, and he Salida Promotions and went back. The confidence he used to have, it's not there no more. It's something weird going on with that whole little entity that I can't wait till that's exposed. I mean, enough is exposed already, but Wynn is definitely not a legit company. Nothing about them are legit. I wouldn't be surprised if the feds coming to get them 6 months from now, because everybody putting the business out there. But I do feel that Salida somehow is in some type of bad bargaining or something, that he is just stuck. I don't know.
I think they played him. I think he got played. Now, look, this is just my opinion. It looks to me like a situation where somebody is a used car salesman, and you get somebody who comes up, they polish the car, made it look good, maybe put some rims on it, but they knew the engine was shot, and they caught him slipping. They sold him a product that was not quality, and now this is just how it looks to me. He's realizing, man, these people, how did I end up doing business with these people? Because you're all right. He is not as vocal as he once was. It is bad.
Yeah, he looks uncomfortable as hell.
I think they blindsided him.
But that's all I have. But yeah, it's just it's no hope for her. It's no hope for her, because if it was right now, she would be quiet. She would be going somewhere. This is where professionals normally go into a corner or go on a vacation in a cabin or something and try to figure it all out. And then, we was talking about, why is she at Planet Fitness? Claressa, as a 16-year-old Olympian, didn't work out at no Planet Fitness.
Yeah, she's used to being in Colorado Springs and being in those. Yeah, she's not used. Yeah, you're right. That's a great point. These are videos right here. Great point about Claressa and where she's working out now. Again, the way I put it, moving down the ladder, not moving up anymore. Good point.
Exactly. And she's in Miami right now. In Florida, it's all kinds of top-notch facilities that they could have rented out for her or whatever the case. Like, it's not about, nobody who has the kind of money she's supposed to have and the type of professionalism she has says, I'm going to work out at a Planet Fitness. First of all, she should be doing more like hit projects and stuff like that. She shouldn't be just regular old working out like we do.
No, I agree with you. When I saw that, I was like, okay, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? I get it. For Planet Fitness, you can probably train there and do a couple things, but with her and her profile, her status, she should not be down in the weeds with us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
and there it goes. The money thing, the funeral, the foreclosure, and Planet Fitness. If that don't tell you right now that something is going on weird with her and Win Records, that it's something very weird. And the fact that if you Google the address that's on that LLC right now, it is on a foreclosed property, which actually used to be like a nurse's facility, like an urgent care. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
There's no record company there. That they have a record company on the LLC, but it's a foreclosed urgent care that was in Rudy's name. There you go.
Yeah, people have talked about that and sent that to me, and I just shake my head because I'm like, this is the thing. People think they can stay a step ahead of everyone. There's some Sesame Street type people who are watching Claressa Shields, but then there's some very intelligent people. And to be honest with you, you don't need to have that much brain to go and Google Win Records and see the address for the business and just pull up the address. Like, so who they think they fooling, I don't know, but they still running with the story. But this thing that you brought up, because, you know, I got a box in mind, I'm trying to think, why wouldn't you have her get ready for what? Really, she's in competition with Zeus. I'm going to tell you right now, Claressa Shields is in competition with Zeus. And the reason I say that is she needs a knockout. Those women on Zeus, I believe they're going to go all out. Even Ray J and Orlando Brown, you're going to get some entertainment. Maybe a clown show. Right. But Claressa has got to entertain. She's got to dominate, and she's got to get a knockout. If Ray J, Orlando Brown, those bouncers, and those two women, if they put on a more entertaining performance than Claressa, that is going to further cause her stock to plummet. She is in competition with them. And why wouldn't they have her in a facility where she has sparring bags, heavy bags? She has sparring, heavy bags, mitt work, speed bag, everything that she needs. Why do you have her doing some of her training in Planet Fitness and then going elsewhere? It does not make sense. Nothing makes sense to me. But it makes me feel she's in a fat camp. That's why. When she goes to Miami, that's maybe because she's going to Miami to train, right? That's
what she claims, yeah. But she's in Planet Fitness with just her homegirls and not nobody trainable.
So that's probably because she probably cut the weight down to where they feel, okay, this is manageable. Come on down, we'll get the rest off. We can get started on the real training. She was probably in the fat camp because she started the fat camp like 12 weeks before that press conference. She slipped up in the interview and said it. It's either 12 weeks or 8 weeks. She said something about how she's been already training 12 weeks out. And then she tried to correct herself. No, what I mean is it's going to be 12 weeks by the time I get in the ring. But we had already caught that she slipped up and told the truth and tried to clean it up. So, yeah, that's what I think it is. That's interesting.
Yeah. But that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. You have a good night, all right?
All right. You too.
All right. Bye. Bye. Yep. Okay, look, man. 929-839-0679. The phone rings, I stay on. Y'all already know. I'll be on here tonight. I plan on staying on here till 1 a.m. As long as y'all call in, so call in. You know, I don't know you. Y'all know me. Y'all see me. I can't see you. No one knows anything about you. So whatever you want to talk about, call in. 929-839-0679. It's an anonymous line, anonymous phone call. You're an anonymous person, and we want to hear from you. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Hood, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I can barely hear you. You on a speaker?
Okay. No.
All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What you got?
You said she's in Planet Fitness training, right? Have you seen the young lady that she got helping her train?
I heard her voice in a video where she was doing some lat pulls, but I haven't seen her.
You need to pull up the video, Hood. I don't know where she got her from. I don't like talking about nobody, but she looked like she pulled her somewhere off the streets of Flint.
I mean, well, okay, I gotta try to find what you're talking about. What does she look like? Be real. Hey, nobody know you. Nobody know you. Just shoot. Go ahead.
She looked like she owned something.
Somebody else said that. Was that you who typed that in the comments?
No.
Somebody else said exactly what you said. I read it. I was like, well,
oh, really?
Yeah. I swear, just tonight. But I haven't seen her, so I didn't know why they said that. But now you're saying it, so she doesn't look healthy.
Not at all. She looks like she's on something, and she's a yes person to her. Everything that Claressa is saying, she's agreeing with everything she said. And she looks bad. Like I said, she looks like she's on something. And another thing I wanted to say, you remember before she slid up in Pap DM, she slid up in Cam's DM, remember?
Yeah.
And he just completely shut her down, dogged her out, saying, look, man, I don't know you. And then right after that, from what Shalita said, she tried to pay her $5,000 to go beat up Juju. And not right before, when she was at the Atlanta basketball game, the women's Atlanta basketball game, if you think about it, they pulled up a picture of Juju and they pulled up a picture of her. She was trying to dress like Juju then.
So she went from trying to dress like Juju to trying to dress like Remy?
I didn't hear you.
She went from trying to dress like Juju to trying to dress like Remy?
No, you remember when she was at the Atlanta game and she had the belt on her shoulder?
Yeah.
They put a picture of her and a picture of Juju.
Yeah, similar outfit, yeah.
Similar outfit, similar hair. And so I say that to say this. If she pays somebody to try to fight Juju because Cam dissed her, and if Papoose try to diss her, she's going to try to do something to Remy. And I think she needs to get a protective order on her and her child. Because if you look at her eyes, she just had that devilish look in her eyes that she ready to do something to somebody. And I hope she don't go in that ring and try to physically really, really hurt this girl, Kay Scott. Dirty-wise fighting, I mean.
Well, Claressa seems to have an impulsive disorder and reckless decision-making. So, but one thing for sure, I don't know if she's going to get carried away with trying to be, do anything with Kay Scott. Somebody said something in here. I ain't going to say it. But they said basically Kay Scott has something about her that she was naturally born with that Claressa's scared of. So she's not going to get too foolish with her. And I'll leave it as that because that shit makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because they said if it was someone else, she'd be out there all in their face, cussing them out, trying to put her hands on them. But when it come to this one, she ain't all that comfortable. I'm like, maybe they're just friends behind the scenes. I don't know.
I think she learned from the way she acted with Franchon Cruz. She's seen the backlash she got from that. So she's trying to dial it down a little bit with this one. That's my opinion.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
Yeah. But you go check out that video she put out there and let us know what you think about this woman she got training with her.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Where is it at, man? It's just on Twitter?
Today.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it's on Instagram, I can't see it because she got me blocked on Instagram. I don't know why she got me blocked, but she got me blocked.
It might be on Facebook too.
Facebook, okay. Well, maybe,
I'm not sure, but
well, I'm pretty sure they post everything on there, so I'll make some time to look at it.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, bye. Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question. We all adults here. Hood Champion loves everyone. I don't hate no one. Is Claressa afraid of Kay Scott because she doesn't want? Is she being very particular with Kay Scott? Because Kay Scott is from Australia and she's a white woman. That's what I want to know. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hey, Hood.
Yeah.
How you doing, Hood? You still on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What you got, man?
Okay. Listen, I wanted to get your take on this. Now, I'm under the impression, or I'm sure that Pap brought Shields over to Win Records, didn't he? He's the connection. He's the connection. He convinced her to go over to Win Records as opposed to going with the other
promoters.
And you know, and I'm curious about that $8 million they was talking about.
Okay.
You know, and so and if this, I'm sure she would really go off the hinges if this thing don't pan out, and that money too. So I just want to get your take on that.
Okay, I'll say this. I think that Claressa did the right thing when her contract finished with Dimitri Salita, to just look around and see who was interested in working with her. I think that's the right thing to do. She was supposedly negotiating something with MVP, but then Papoose, he somehow got in her ear and saw an opportunity to, bring her back over there to Dimitri Salita, but to work with Win Records where they could insert themselves and get their hand in the cookie jar too. That's just how I see it. And I think that was a bad decision on her part because they threw some money in her face up front. Now, the rest of them, I don't believe she got the $2 million. I think they fast talked her and said, look, we're going to go out here and this is how we're going to play it. We need you to say this and that. I do believe they gave her some money up front. And that's the thing that kind of got her going, was like, oh, wow, I'm getting paid all these millions up front, $3 million. And she gave Papoose one of that. But I think it was the worst decision she made in her career. The worst decision.
Yeah. And I'm sure Pap looking for a payday his damn self. And and I don't know what makes me think that, he did, played on her, played the love hand, that pulled her over there to Win Productions. That's just what's come up with me. That's what I'm thinking. Right. And I just, and if it all goes bad, that's really going to be devastating.
Right, I agree. What do you think she's going to do if she realizes, hold on, these people are just taking advantage of me? What do you think happens? What do you think she does?
You know what, man? Listen, like that her attitude that you talk about all the time, that runs real deep, man. Since she was, look where she came from. Look where she came from, and that dynamic, that family dynamic, that's still happening now. You know what I mean? So she been living with that, all her life. And you don't change that overnight. You don't change that overnight. And one thing that's really, that's working against her is being on the damn online, and going back and forth with everybody online, and and just showing who she really is. And like you say, they, like anybody that, like, of course she's great, but ain't nobody with a whole bunch of money is gonna buy into that, because they're not gonna take a chance of her messing up what they have. So and that's my take on the whole thing, man. Because I'm about being right. You know what I mean? I'm about being right. And she, man, come on, man. Cussing everybody out. No, I wouldn't bring her. If I had all that, I'm not gonna take a chance for her ruining what I got. And that's how I take. That's my take.
Yes,
So
she's unpredictable, man, and I don't think anybody now from watching is saying that they want to invest in her or attach themselves to her. And look, it's not that anyone's trying to be mean to her. It's just attitude is everything, man. You know what I mean? And people, perception is everything too. They're looking at it, and the perception of her is that she's not a professional. She's unpredictable. She has this impulsive disorder and reckless decision making. So that's something she got to look at and take accountability and try to fix it going forward. If not, she's going to continue to be a nowarian, and she's going to have the vultures circling her and trying to keep her in position so they can keep feeding off her.
And change don't come overnight. You know, that takes a whole lot of work, man, for her to change. You know, change that attitude, man. And so, but that win, I'm waiting to see how this pan out. This August 15th event, I want to see how that pan out, because you know, like, and if she's gonna get paid.
Oh,
if she don't, man. So anyway, that was my spiel, man. I thought I'd call, you know, and get your take on that.
Yeah, man. Call back more, man. I enjoyed speaking to you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you take care.
Okay.
All right, yeah. 929-839-0679. I think I had a missed call here. Let me check. I'll call you back. I apologize if I missed your call. No, I think I just took that one right there. Yeah, no, I got everybody's calls on here. Let me see. Missed, no call, 1032. Yeah, I got everybody. So no calls have been missed. I called everybody back. Hood, I see you. You're doing good. Yeah, you know, got to be the consummate professional in here, man. You know, anyway, man, y'all call in. If the phone rings, I stay on. What Drake say? Something about the hotline bling. It can only mean one thing. That mean y'all want me to stay on. If the phone don't ring, that mean you want me to be up and away. And I have no problem getting off and going to bed so I can get up and get my ass to the gym in the morning at 8:30 to do my little hour workout, and then come back at 10 and train with my 8-year-old. My 8-year-old becoming a beast. I train that little guy. That little guy, any kid on the playground mess with him, he gonna knock their teeth out. I'll put it to you that way. That little joker can crack. He understands combination punching. He slips, punches, and counters at the same time. He goes to the body and head. He is turning into be a little monster. So he gonna hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? Dark Triad, how you doing? Yeah, I had to save that under that, so I knew when you called in, so I could shut up and get my popcorn.
The chat is on fire. You are going to hell.
Oh, wait, hold on. Well, I didn't do nothing. Hey, look, let's switch positions here. Let's see how y'all handle it. I understand how it is, but look, I've been in meetings, man, at the highest level where you get. I've been through this shit before, and you just have to. It's just funny. I got 450 people looking at me right now. But hey, what would y'all do? You know what I'm saying? What would y'all do?
Okay, so I'm down in the chat. So let's talk about a WEB. So I have a question, and then I'm going to answer a question.
All right.
The question I have is, I know in my mind, I'm a boxing fan. I watched it with my dad. I don't get into the technical. I don't know a lot about that. I know you do. But in my mind, training camp is like Rocky, where you go off to the mountains and you got the chains and you're pulling the tires. That's like, so.
You laughing. The damn tickle bug done got you tonight. You call in with jokes, man.
So when I see Claressa, I'm just like, Dragic is gonna get her in this fight. I don't know what's gonna happen. But on a more serious note, so people were saying, is it the money? Is it and I'm going to take off my clinical hat and I'm going to put on my West Side of Chicago, Division of Parkside, hood girl hat.
Okay.
It's not the money, it's the man. And I'm going to tell you why. So, dated the same boy from 6th grade through high school, got pregnant at 17, got married at 19, went to Camp Pendleton, from there 29 Palms, from there to Japan, back to Quantico. Like, look. But with that, being the only child, living on the west side of Chicago, I saw the unalive bodies on the corner, walking to the corner store, and, you know, the drive-by shootings. But I literally couldn't get off the porch till I was 13. Like, off the porch. Literally couldn't get off the porch. So I got to tell this story right quick, then I'm going to jump back in the chat.
Yeah.
So, got married at 19, did all of that moving. I had one child through all of this. The second time my ex-husband had to go back to Japan, I was like, I'm going home. Like, I don't want to be over here with these people. I'm going home. And when I went home, I started dating a street pharmacist. Now, I was married. So we just going to keep it all the way 100. I was married, 22, 23, 24 years old. And I told my husband, I was like, look, I'm tired of moving every 2-4 years. I just want to live my life. I was finally old enough to go to the club. And when I got in them streets got me. And you just got to be all right with being all right. So we were legally separated for 3 years. And in that 3 years, I ended up having my youngest son. My ex-husband is just a hell of a man. My son was born on military insurance. And we did not get divorced for another 12 years. He was off, you know, furthering his career. He retired as a lieutenant colonel, you know, doing a really good job in the Marine Corps. But I was off still dating this drug dealer. Now, in the midst of this, he gets sent to prison for 15 years, federal prison. My son is 5 years old when he goes to prison. My ex-husband literally, when he would come get my oldest son for vacations, when he was on leave, my son went everywhere my older son went. Like I said, good man. But it took for this man to go to prison and for my ex-husband to have already moved on because he was dating somebody else. We wasn't messy. You know, back then we wasn't messy. We kept the family together. He was doing him. I was doing me. We weren't messy, but just in saying a good man. But I say all that to say this. Claressa was obviously green when it came to men. And that Brooklyn came out in Papoose, and he got to whispering in her ear and talking that good talk. And she has lost her mind. This is literally just wigmatized. Like, it's not the money, it's the attention from somebody she thought was going to put her in the upper echelons. And it's funny because everybody's talking about how he was looking at them.
Hood, can you show that disrespectful tweet against Claressa?
I think he was looking like
Cyborg. I got you, Jessica.
Down there in the first, second, third row. So she is getting her comeuppance and her karma. This is not about the money, it's about the man. All day long. I do agree that she started splurging and spending money and trying to emulate and copy Remy once she got him, which is weird because it's like, if he don't want her, why would you want to try to be her? That's the way I think about it when I put my clinical hat on. But because she's so insecure and does not have an identity, it's easy for her to echofaxia and try to turn into these people. But I just want to come up here and say that today because from the man to the mental illness, she, like you said, she's going backwards on the ladder. There is no upward progression. She's not going any further. I think we're at the top of her career, and as low as this seems, that says it all. But I just don't think she comes back from this. Her being upset today about the SB, like, girl, find you something to do or find you somebody to play with, like Remy said. Because right now, I just don't know what she's doing. You have fans, like her fans are literally, it's almost kind of like Trump, how people, you know, they were always Trumpers and now they kind of like, okay, what I get myself into. Her fans are even starting to show up in her lives, like, get this off the internet. You need to stop crashing out. So if you have all of us who are neutral, like we just give our opinions every day, but you have people who actually look to her or look up to her or, you know, revere her, who are starting to say, this is not a good look. She doesn't have anything left.
she doesn't have anything left. So that's all I got. I just want to call up and say that it's the man, not the money. And until she gets rid of that man, nothing good is going to happen.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Okay.
All right. You take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Yeah. So there you go. I think it was Jessica who asked me to show that. This right here is the, these are some tweets that's been going out. Of course, Chris Cyborg is going at Claressa Shields, and she wants to fight, but Claressa decided to come out there and kind of chirp her up a little bit today. And you can read through here, of course, but she referred to her as droopy, droopy face, blah, blah, blah. And hey, if you dish it out to Claressa, she's going to give it back to you tenfold. But she said, you can read right here and see what she says, man. But for those of you who can't, and I'm not trying to be funny, but if someone needs me to read it, I will. Cloud is a hell of a drug. Cyborg, droopy face ass. No, she ain't beat me in no damn sparring. No woman has ever beat me in sparring. This lady wants attention so bad. Like, are you okay? I whooped Chris Cyborg ass so bad that her boyfriend Ray kept saying, wow, it feels so good to see Chris get humbled. Thank you for that. She needed that. We were supposed to box 6 rounds. Chris Cyborg quit after 4. Bitch, please. And stop with all these $2 million buffoonery. Chris can't even pay herself $2 million. Go ahead, caller. Yeah, you all right?
I am blessed. I gagged her. I'm like, okay, yes, sir. Do you catch me up? What's going on?
What'd you say?
I'm late to the party per usual. Catch me up.
Ain't nothing to catch you up on, man. What you got?
I don't know. Tell me what you got, Hood. I'm late to the party. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Natural. Hey, y'all. What's been going on?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm good, man. How you been?
I am blessed and highly favored. Okay.
Yeah. So what you think about Claressa disrespecting Cyborg and about Claressa? It's just talking about Claressa, just all the drama surrounding her and her future and Terrence Crawford. But what you got? Where you been at?
Okay, I've been at work, but you already know I'm always tapping in.
Yeah.
I promise you guys, whatever. There's something personal going on with the girl. We like to put sports and all these things above what's hidden in our real lives. There's something going on with that bozo. I promise you, because the voodoo dolls, the cheaper tickets. There is something the loose. I keep looking at the Adrian Balmer, 80. I keep on looking at the Dean, because they're all connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Liddy cannot hit the ball. Did you see Lydia?
Unicorn says, member for 4 months.
They try to
no male attention equals sacrificing everything.
God damn it. He can't even hit the... So who's winning this shit?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I really think that Lenny's winning at this point.
Right. Yeah, I think she's winning, I do.
Because I keep on looking at Claressa. I keep on looking at I don't want to ever count K-Sauce out because she is a defender. She does have a belt, but it wasn't like a decision on her belts and shit like that. It was that nobody was at that level at that time. So I'm just confused. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man, but let me take this.
It's and I know because you are a boxing fan that K. Scott has 5 wins, 2 splits or something a split and a decision. She already has a split. What's going on? And her job was already cracked.
Right.
And then Claressa's on the internet begging for endorsements, pretty much.
Yeah, here's what it is, man. But let me take this other call, man. I got this line is on fire. But where you been at? Just working?
Just working, trying to catch up when I can catch up. I'm just confused. At this point, I'm about to stop watching boxing. Did you see the Shakur? I mean, not the Shakur. Yeah. Did you see the Shakur and the? Did you see that argument online?
Yeah, but right now I'm trying to continue with this Claressa stuff. But I see the stuff going on with those guys.
No, she was a part of that. She's talking about she's putting 100K down.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, like Shakur could never lose, this, that, and the other. What do you think about that?
Nothing, man. I mean, I just want to get through this topic here, and I'll come back to that probably tomorrow because I'm about to get off in a little bit.
So it's content. Got you.
All
I
right.
love you.
All right. I'll talk to you.
You know it.
All right. Where am I at here? Let me call you back. Here. This is let me call this one back. I apologize, man. My brain is all over the place, but I'm gonna call you back. Let me call you back first, 347. You were the first one to come through. Yeah, I tell you, I'll call you back. I ain't gonna leave you. Not gonna leave you hanging.
Hello.
Hey, Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hi. Is this Hood Champion?
Yeah, you know it is. Mute your TV for me. The people
I
want to.
yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to mute it.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm just muted.
Here you go again.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
Yeah.
And thank you for your platform.
All right.
You said what happened to that old Claressa?
Yeah. Yes.
What happened to her? She was under Layla Ali, I believe, because she mocks and mimics. I think.
Okay.
She was that young one, the young.
Yeah.
And now the older one with that, she mimics and she mocks and copies. I called one time before and I humbly apologize. I have to correct myself. You said you wanted her under your jurisdiction and Papoose. And I said, no, not at all. Don't do that. I correct myself. For her, if you could do it, she has to be reprogram her mind. It could be done. But right now, she's out of control.
Right.
And she's out of control. For me, personally, I don't know. She has a problem. So it's not normal what she's doing. There's a lot of Claressa'S in this world. A lot of Claressa'S. We see them even in the entertainment. They can't read and write, but they have someone behind them. Some of them can't even speak a paragraph. Their mother and father speak for them, but they're making a lot of money. Claressa doesn't have that foundation. She was around since 17 years old. She had Layla Ali. She had the best. And after that, it's spiraled out. It's out of control. She went from 100 to 0. And for the listening audience, for the content, it might be, entertainment, but this isn't normal. This isn't normal. She really needs help. And for boxing, you said, would it be non-traditional and they'll switch over? I doubt it. That's a professional sport. And for Pap, Remy told us already about him, so there's nothing to say. He's probably embarrassed now. What can he do? He didn't know she had a problem. She has a problem. Shut your mouth. You're embarrassing him, the family, everything. The sport. I don't know. And the worst thing for me, I don't know about your listening audience, the Zeus, the baddies. But for me, that's going from 100 to 0.
I agree.
100 to 0. And it's also, we're talking about it, you're saying it's content, we're talking about, but it's to me, it's mental illness. There are a lot of Claressa'S. I've seen a whole bunch of them. Either they had parents that paid for them in parochial school, or they went to the New York City schools, but they was never on your floor. They either was in your family or the neighborhood. But they had someone, she doesn't have anyone. She had money crab in the barrels. Because you can't be a gold medalist at 17. Nobody knows you. The circle that did know her, and those that are finding out about her now, and it's sad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm listening to your callers. I'm listening to them, the women. I'm listening to the psychologists and the psychiatrists, They say it's a case study. I don't think she's a case study. I think she was misdirected, misrepresentative.
and misguided. She doesn't have that. There's plenty of Claressa Shields. They usually have their parents behind them or someone. You know, she could be great, but no one wants this now. It's time to, big up someone else.
Yeah. All right.
You finish, but that's how I feel.
That's a good point. I'm gonna continue with that.
Thank you.
That talking
have
point.
A good evening.
All right. You take care.
Love your show. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye. Now that's a good point. We're gonna talk about that. Let me call this person back real quick. I'm gonna put that as a poll. I did not think about. That's why I say I don't run this like we all do because. Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hello, Hood. How are you? How are you? How are you? Thank you for what you do. I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to get off the line.
Okay.
One of the things that I wanted to say about the camp, that training, the camp that she needs to be in, I think the reason that she can't get into a training camp is because she don't have the money. Because boxing, bro. You know boxing.
Right.
You got to have the trainer, the assistant trainer, the cut man, nutritionist, physical therapist, the sparring partner. You got to have all that.
Yep.
Am I right?
Oh, yeah. You got to have that thing structured. Everybody in place. Everyone knows the objective and everybody working together. Right now, it seems fragmented. I don't know what she has going on. It's not a good look.
But that costs money.
It costs money.
Move the camp.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the people's food. You got to put them on salary. You got to travel from where they leaving their families, their home. They leaving all of that stuff. So you got to pay for that. And I don't think she has the money for that. And the Salida Promotions should have loaned her the money or put the money out for her so that she could get it done. So that she won't, you know what I'm saying, at least go in the ring looking crazy.
Yeah, but a lot of times you see fighters where they'll have their camps, and once they get paid their fight purse, then they pay everybody. Some others, they pay the fighters up front. But, it goes both ways. But I agree. It does seem to be like they're struggling financially because how you have the big 2-time gold medalist, 19 world titles, 5 weight division, the big Gwoat, the multimillionaire, how you have her in Planet Fitness and all over the place. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Some of your folks might run up into it, just go up in there trying to get your abs together and see her on the next machine. I'm Joe Lord. Anywho, the other thing that I wanted to say that I don't think a lot of people are taking into consideration is a psychological advantage that some fighters go into a fight with. Now, I think the Cade lady can really, she got a chance, but I think Claressa can actually mop the floor with her. However, when you go into a fight, right, and you got a psychological disadvantage because you got all this crazy going on, that gives the other fighter a psychological advantage that people sometimes don't think about in boxing. Because you got to have your mind together. You can't be thinking about somebody in the hospital or your dude or your kids. All of the stuff you got to put. Because when she fought Franchon, I think Franchon went in a psychological disadvantage because she got pushed. Right. She got injured. So when you injured and in the back of your mind, you're going into a fight and you're like, I got to do my best. I got to refocus. So it's a psychological disadvantage. And if this girl Kay is on her game, all it takes is one of them Australian down from under 1, 2, kangaroo punches and it's over.
Right. Could be some Aussie oil all up in the ass. You ain't lying about that.
It can. I've seen stranger things in boxing happen. I really think Claressa can beat her, but if she get caught slipping and just get caught, and that girl might be a southpaw. We don't know what her folks is teaching her. We don't know what's going on in her camp. And she's in camp. She's in camp in Australia, in Sydney. And she got her folks around her. I don't know what kind of team she got and what she doing or whatever. But I'm just saying, people can't discount boxing is a sport, man, to where it could one punch can change the whole fight.
No, I agree with you, and that's a good point about. You take a look at what Kay Scott. No one knows what she's doing. She out there, you know, I think she's dedicated, committed, training hard. She understands what she's up against. She's already come into the camp in shape. You can look at her and see she's all about fitness. And I think they're sitting back. I know they listen to the live because there was somebody who came in here a couple of days ago. I saw what they were typing. They were agitated because I said that Kay Scott was damaged goods. But I was just going off of the fact that she had a CAT scan on her brain and skull. But she was cleared. She came back, won championships. So I just call it like I see it. But I am sure they're sitting back looking and saying, "Oh, you mean to tell me that Claressa is training in the Planet Fitness? That she started a fat girl camp? She had something going on with her family." And everyone know I don't really say much about that because I don't like talking about those things. But thing with a funeral and a cousin and a gun got pulled out. There was security, and you mean to tell me she has all these distractions going on? You know what it is? It's the strongest survive. It's the jungle, man. So I can see them. It's like a lion seeing a little wounded antelope. They don't say, "Oh, that one's injured. We'll give it a pass." No, they put them teeth in their ass. And I think Kay
got a good team around her.
They're gonna see that.
They're gonna pay attention to all of that. They might not say nothing. They ain't gonna say nothing, but they paying attention to all of that, and that is called a psychological advantage.
Yep, you're right.
And if she got the physical to go along with the psychological, she may stand maybe a chance. That's all I can say on that one.
Right.
But the other thing I wanted to say too is probably this contract that she signed. I'm pretty sure there wasn't no entertainment lawyer, no contract lawyer. Nobody read it, so nobody really knows what's in there. But has she had a lawyer that knows about contracts to read it, she probably would have did better. But I'm sure, people was in her ear and she just signed it without having somebody really look over that.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
she
that.
didn't really know what she was signing because you got to read that stuff. And even if you got a degree or an education, if you're not into law and know how to read contracts, some of that stuff, man, you will get the best of folks get twisted up with those contracts. So, and I guess the last thing I'm going to say is that my background is in special education. I've taught elementary, middle school, high school for 27 years. I'm retired now. But I have seen some stuff as it relates to kids and adults with mental challenges. And I will say this, if she was in school and she had an IEP, which that's
I know what that is. I know.
Yeah, if that is the case, and they said that she did, she should not be boxing without some type of psychological evaluation, because that IEP is a legal document on paper. I don't know what state, it's in Michigan, I guess, but I'm here in California. But that's a legal document. And if she has any type of specific learning disability, it could be ED, she could be emotionally disturbed, severely emotionally disturbed, it could be it could be anything on the spectrum, it could be anything. And if she has that document, she should not be boxing without a psychological evaluation, because in special education, our kids have what's called triggers. And it could be a pencil dropping on the floor, and that person will burst out into an emotional outrage at you. You're like, dang, what happened? What happened? I ain't say nothing to her. What happened? But it's triggers that go along in special education that people don't understand. And it could be anything. It could be something somebody said, something somebody did, something somebody dropped. They could see something on social media or whatever. And if they go into one of those, outbursts, then it's over. So she really needs to get examined, because them blows to the body and to the head, man, when you have mental, disabilities, it can be bad. And I'm telling you that from somebody that's done this for almost 30 years. It can be bad.
Now the IEP is a living document, but does it ever go away?
No.
And so
it stays, as long as you're in school, it stays on your record through school.
Right.
Now, after school, then once you become an adult, that's no longer viable. But if somebody wanted to go back and look into it, you know what I'm saying, they could. But as long as she's an adult now, but it follows you all the way through school. Right. And to have that in the state of California, to have an IEP, you have to be evaluated by a school psychologist. So that ain't a document that just a whole bunch of people say, oh, something's wrong. She has to be tested and evaluated for that to become a legal document.
Now, people are asking what's an IEP. I think it's an individual education plan.
Yes, it's an individualized educational plan. And so what happens is once she's tested by the psychologist, they come up with a plan. They figure out what the diagnosis is, and she's evaluated, and they come up with a plan to try to make sure that that person is successful in the area of education. So they might say, oh, she needs extra help in reading, or oh, she needs to be in a class where she's monitored, or whatever the case may be. So everybody, the teacher, the principal, the administrators, the psychologist, if she has speech, it has to be a speech therapist. So all of those people come together and they put their input on that document, and that document follows that person all the way till they graduate from high school. Now,
based on your experience, do you think with someone like Claressa, she had this IEP initiated, now she's a professional boxer, if she were to have a major blow up and hurt somebody, do you think that that whole IEP is something that can resurface, saying, look, how did this woman end up going through the Olympics, become a professional boxer, all of a sudden be allowed to keep competing when she had this IEP and now she's hurt somebody? How did she get through all of these mental health evaluations? Because you got to go through, I guess it's the physical. They have a portion where it's like, okay, how are you feeling? Do you want to harm yourself? Are you depressed? They ask you those kind of questions. So she says, no. They say, okay, green light, she's good. But could that IEP be reintroduced if she goes off the deep end and hurts somebody?
It is possible, but that varies from state to state. So they could probably go back in and look at it, but they can't use that, because if that was the case, then that would have came up when she went into the Olympics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you get to be an adult, then you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm assuming they expect you to manage that, since that's a document that you already know you got issues. So they expect you to manage that as you become an adult and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? But if she made it to the Olympics, then obviously that's not an issue, because once you become an adult, then, you know, and like I said, it varies from state to state. All different states have different qualifications and all of that. But that specific document, that is a legal document. And a school psychologist, trained psychologist, has to do the evaluation before that determination can be made as to what is wrong with her.
Right. Yeah. As you're talking, I'm pulling up stuff on the IEP and understanding it and the uses of an IEP. Yeah. No. So no, I'm tracking with you, man. I'm tracking with you. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm involved in the schools doing stuff, man, from subbing and mentoring and doing presentations. I travel around and do that, every now and then. But yeah, I'm familiar with that. So no, that's a good point and good input about the IEP, and especially with someone like Claressa, with whatever her condition was, to just see if she were to crash out. It's like, hey, how the hell did they allow someone who obviously, to us, like me, I'm not qualified to talk on anything, but I'm a common sense man. I know when I see something that doesn't seem right. You're qualified. So when you watch Claressa, do you feel like I'm seeing somebody who's got some challenges mentally?
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I think I've heard a lot of people say about borderline disorder and narcissistic disorder, and those may be issues. But those issues stem from whatever I'm just telling you what I think, because I don't know. But those things stem from what the original diagnosis was from her being in school, from the IEP. So if somebody were to be able to look at the IEP, because when they do the IEP, they take family history. They ask where they get your mama, your daddy, or gestation, how many weeks your mama had you. Did your mama drop you on your head? How much did you weigh? you know, how many siblings. They go through a whole medical, psychological evaluation to try to put all of those things together to see if they can figure out where the problem originated from. You know what I'm saying? So whatever she got going on now, I think has exacerbated from the point of what she had going on in the IEP. So that narcissistic personality disorder or the borderline, either one of those could be possible, or those two sometimes overlap. And it could be she's severely emotionally disturbed. You know what I'm saying? We call that SED. You know, I don't know. But somebody needs to evaluate to kind of see what's going on so that they can kind of help her to manage. Because what she has going on, I think, can be managed, but she just has to go to talk to somebody and get it under control where she can manage it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm tracking. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
All righty.
All right, you take care, all right?
All right.
All right, bye. Okay, Safe. I'm calling you back right now. 347, I saw you. I'm going to call you right back. I got Safe right before you. 347, you're up next.
Hey, Hood.
What's up? It's Mr. International. How you doing?
I'm good. Did you hang up with the other caller? Because I still heard her talking.
Yeah, it's a delay. If I call you, that means you live in full effect.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What you got?
I just wanted to chime in on the IEP.
Okay.
Because I think it may have brought a little bit of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak on it from experience. My daughter at 6 years old had to get into an IEP because she basically could not stay in school. Her behavior was so bad. And basically what they had me do is take her to a psychiatrist and see if there is any disorders that she's struggling with, which would require her to have a specialized, you know, education plan. And so she did get diagnosed with ADHD. She has other issues, but they could not diagnose her for that at that age because they won't do the certain diagnoses at that young of an age. And her IEP, again, was just for behavior. So it depends on what is stopping your child from getting the education. If there is some mental issue, then they open up that IEP because they want that child to be successful. Now, that's just for school. And it does carry into college. My daughter got her AA with her IEP at college. You know, they let her take tests outside of the class with the other ones. They let her take more time for notes. So they get these special accommodations so that they can succeed. But as far as Claressa having an IEP, if she did, whatever the diagnosis was for the reason of that IEP is what the boxing commission and all that should be following. So they should be looking at her psychiatric review. Now, I know that information is very confidential. Like, even my daughter's psychiatrist is very careful what he talks to me about. Like, it's so confidential. So I don't know what steps they take because boxers tend to lose it. And everybody says, oh, that's just how boxers are. But now that we're digging so deep into Claressa, we know there's some serious issues with her. And I almost feel like I don't even want her to get hit in the head again. Like, she's so far gone. They really need to sit her down. But I just wanted to clarify, the IEP, it could be for multiple, it's primarily for a behavior, whatever is stopping the child from getting an education.
Okay.
So, because every child is entitled to an education. So if there's any hindrance, then they'll start the IEP.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay.
All right, you got anything else?
Bye.
You got anything else or you good?
That's it. If I think of something else, I'll call in. I just saw when you pulled it up online, I was glad that you pulled it up, but I saw that one said for autism, and IEP is not just for autism.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yep. Yeah. Let me tell you, we have a good chat. I'm not used to seeing anybody being disrespectful to anyone. but I'll put you in timeout, and then I'll just get you up and away. This chat isn't like that. And so we have a great, I think, like a synergy over here. So you want to be miserable if you don't like what people are saying, just adios. But you start tripping, adios. I don't need you. And it ain't to be rude. That ain't the energy I want over here. All right, go ahead. So you don't bring that Claressa Shield shit over here.
Hello?
Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hey, sir.
All right.
This is,
what you got, sis?
Just on the whole IEP thing, I think that, well, there's one thing, because I deal with the school system as well. I think from what I see from Claressa, it might be a situation where she would be considered under like what they call EBD, which is emotional behavioral disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And it covers a wide range. And the last caller was correct that IEPs are not just for children that are on the spectrum. You got different levels of spectrums, actually. So I think that she probably would have been under EBD. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
But it's like I said, EBD stands for emotional and behavioral disorders. I've dealt with youth. A kid came in and said, "Oh, my dad shot my mom in the face, and every time something fall on the floor, he was ready to just go out and just beat up whoever may have dropped something on the floor." They do have a lot of triggers, and it does stem from things that may happen at home or the environment. I've noticed that a lot of youth that are in foster care, they can comprehend, as far as the learning part, but the behavioral, it's like I say before, it's a cause and effect for everything. So I think that's another thing under the IEP, that EBD program.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you clearing that up. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Have a good night.
All right, you too. All right, bye. The next one here was Safe. We call Safe back. All right, let's see who this is.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Hood Champion. How you doing?
Hey, Hood, how you doing?
All right, what you got?
I just wanted to speak on the situation with the IEP, because that's what I do at the college that I work at. But what I wanted people to know about the IEP is that once a student gets on the college level and they have an IEP diploma, they cannot get financial aid to go to college. So, the IEP does help students when they're in like regular school. But once they go to college, they don't get financial aid. The only way that the student can get financial aid, they have to pass like these preliminary tests in order to get the financial aid. So that's what I wanted to say about the IEP. It could be a blessing and it could be a curse at the same time. And I didn't know about IEPs until I started working at the college that I work at. I've been working at my college over 25 years, and it used to break my heart because the families were not informed that if your child graduates with an IEP diploma, you're not getting financial aid. The government is not helping you. And so I try to encourage everybody that I know, especially Black people, because they're not informed. I try to encourage them. It's okay if your child do an IEP, through high school or whatever, but don't let them graduate with an IEP diploma, because once they get to the college level, that shuts them down. And like one of the callers was saying, the IEP is not just for students on the spectrum; it's for students that have like other problems too. Because some students just have like behavioral issues, whereas they like to fight. Like my nephew. They tried to give him an IEP because he was being recruited by a gang up here in New York. He was being recruited by a gang. He felt a lot of pressure from that. So he started acting out in school. So they tried to give him an IEP diploma, and I fought against that. I was like, no. just because a student has a behavioral issue, that don't mean that they can't learn or that they're not smart.
Right.
Like, let's separate the two. And they try to throw IEPs on Black boys mostly. I haven't really seen a lot of IEPs with minority girls, but they try to throw the IEPs on the Black boys because they don't want them to go to college. They don't want them to go further in life. So I found that to be a barrier for minorities. Another topic I wanted to speak on was was with the Papoose situation, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like Papoose sold Claressa a dream as far as, telling her that he had all these connects within the industry. And then when she got involved with Papoose, she realized he wasn't the one with the connects. It was Remy with the connects, because Papoose now, he got to wait on lines. He's not invited to all these different events. He's not invited behind stage and all that. And I think it's becoming like a shock to them now. And I think it's becoming like a shock to Papoose, because Papoose is being blackballed in the industry now because people feel like, like as far as him being married and parading Claressa around, like they were saying, like at the BET Awards, like, Queen Latifah said hi to him. But I'm just sure as a woman, like, we don't like that whole mistress stuff. So I'm sure a lot of celebrities is throwing him shade. I'm sure they're not running up to him, hugging him like, yo, Pat, what's up? I'm sure a lot of celebrities are just like, hi, how you doing? And keeping it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But another thing I wanted to bring out is that a long time ago, Claressa spoke about when she's in training 6 weeks before, she doesn't have sexual relations. So basically that's a way of her to purge at that time. For a whole 6 weeks, she's purging. But I'm noticing that at this fight, she may be purging, she may be purging as far as having sexual relations, but she's not purging on the internet. And so psychologically, physically she might be purging, but psychologically she's not purging. And it's like when you're trying to lose weight, you really do have to psychologically purge. Like mentally, you have to be focused when you're trying to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on different water fasts and all the dry fasts and all that stuff. You really got to have your mind in the game when you're doing that. And I just feel like with her having all these distractions between the family funeral, between her trying to get sponsors, between her saying people is in Papoose's DMs, and then I know she's upset because Alycia Baumgartner just got she's gonna be on Fox. She landed a show on Fox.
Right.
I know that Claressa is heated about that because Claressa is the type of person. She's jealous of other women. She don't like to see other people win. She want to be the top dog in everything, but she's losing every which way around. Another thing is that at her last fight, she had sponsors on her outfit. She had Zeus, she had Win Records, and she had Snack. She had Snack on there. So I know that she's trying to sell patches for her fight, people to sponsor her. But she got 3 already. She got Win, Zeus, and I guess Snack. She's not mentioning anything about Snack, but I know that she's a big snacker. Because even when she's in the gym, she be showing how she putting that snack powder in her water. She be showing that, almost as if she's bragging about it. But my thing is this, Hood. This is what I wanted to ask you about. If I just feel like that snack turns her into a beast, and I just feel like if she can be all snacked up, it's like crack. It's like she has a lot of stamina when she's on that snack. I feel like she gonna wild out on Kate when she get in the ring, and I just, to me personally, I don't feel like that's fair, because why is she allowed to take something that gives her stamina, and then the other boxers the other boxers don't have it? I feel like if she's allowed to take something like that, other people should be allowed to take it too. What do you think about that?
Yeah, everybody can take snack. It's up to them. You know what I'm saying? It's not that the snack supplements are only designed for certain people. Anybody can go and work with the snack team and have them design a program for them, from supplementation to something to help with recovery and stuff, So anyone can do it, but not everybody does. But there are a lot of athletes who do, a lot of boxers who do work with snacks. So Kate Scott, I don't think she's a snack athlete. I do think that she's going to have a tough fight in front of her, especially in the first 3-4 rounds. But I'm also looking at the distractions of Claressa Shields and knowing that she's in a fat girl camp, where she may get in the fight and be, dehydrated or whatever from the weight cut. And now after round 3 or 4, she develops low energy and dead legs. And all of a sudden, K. Scott, the underdog, is up and away and start to put them Aussie oys all up in Claressa's mouth. And then we're going to be sitting here like, holy shit, how the hell what's going on here? But Claressa has been perfect since she's been an amateur. That one loss to Savannah Marshall, I mean, she probably deserved to win that. So she ain't never lost a fight from the amateurs to the pros. Hard to see her losing, but I'm going to say it. She has a lot of distractions going on.
Yes.
More than what she had with the Franchon fight. She has even more going on now. And I just wouldn't be surprised if someone like K. Scott just happens to be working on her timing, and next thing you know, she's in better conditioning. A lot of times conditioning wins fights. If she can stand up to, like you said, that snack power that Claressa's bringing into the ring, next thing you know, it gets interesting. But she's not going to just roll over because Claressa punched her in the face. Not at all. I can't see her. She's an Australian woman. I watch them Australian fighters, men and women. You got to kill them. She gonna fight. She gonna fight. But if for some reason she get hits once and she quits, then we'll know it was all bullcrap.
Okay, I feel like Kate is on her game. I don't feel like I don't know if Kate has all these distractions, like Claressa has. But I was just hoping, I hope Claressa don't pull that ghetto mess that she pulled on Franchon. During the weigh-ins and stuff. I hope she don't pull that on Kate. Another thing I was gonna say, as far as Salida is concerned, to me it seemed like Salida, Salida, he was her promoter and everything in the beginning. He was her manager, whatever. He was running everything. But to me, once she added Win to the mix and Papoose to the mix, to me it looked like Salida was like, all right, so I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna let y'all do it, and I'm just gonna keep getting paid. And I don't blame him, because being that Papoose and Win feel like they know everything. If I was Salida, I would do the same thing. I would let them run everything, and I would just keep getting paid, because she feel like Salida led her to where she's at. And to me, to be honest with you, it was a slap in the face to bring Papoose on, to bring Win Records on, because now you got all these other hands in the pot. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like she thought she was doing something cute, doing something slick, but what she did was she let Pap talk her into that contract, and now Pap gotta get paid, Wayne gotta get paid, and they didn't know nothing about boxing. You know what I'm saying? And then she in a 360 deal. She got to produce music. She not only has to box, but she has to do a lot of other things. And Papoose, I don't think he really thought that it was going to go the way that it's going. He thought she was going to get sponsors and all that, and she's not getting that. I think she's going to lose out on this next fight. I don't think they're going to sell the tickets. She don't have the sponsors. She's not the cash cow that they thought she was going to be. And eventually, everybody's going to end up losing because she's a liability.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going to be getting paid.
This is the thing. When they got a hold of Claressa Shields, they had a good product. But then they took her in the wrong direction, from the stuff with Layla all the way to where we are now. Because they thought that, hey, we can make another Floyd Mayweather, a villain that everyone's going to want to pay to see lose. But they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They created a villain that was unlikable. We've talked about it on the channel. You look at the Batman and Robin. Everybody liked the Joker. He's a villain, but they like him. You know what I'm saying? You got to have something about you that people like and want to see you. Nobody wants to see her anymore. Nobody cares. Like, her drama has overshadowed her accomplishments, and really, I think, is affecting her legacy going forward. Will she make it to the Hall of Fame? More than likely, yes, but no one talks about it anymore. No one talks about it. I'm the only one. I don't know what other people do because I don't watch other channels, but I'm thinking I'm the only one who touches up on it. But even I've eased up because why? It's old new. That's why I say that's just like stale bread. Don't come to me bringing me no bread that's been in the goddamn on the counter for the last 3-4 weeks. It should be molded anyway. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring me that. Give me something fresh. And she hasn't produced anything fresh except fresh drama daily.
Right. Like, she should be getting deals like Alycia Baumgarten. She should be on different She should be on, because Alycia gonna be on a reality show.
Yeah.
And that's on Fox. You know that Fox bag is a nice bag.
The Fox bag, Zeus is not Zeus. A Zeus bag and a Fox bag is two different bags.
Look, Jake, y'all gotta understand, and I know you understand, and the people do. We've been talking about it. Jake Paul has got the connection. He got the keys, man. He got the keys. She done went out here, man, and pissed off Jake Paul, and he like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna develop my women over here on MVP. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna blow them all up, starting with AB. And that's what he's doing. This man got Donald Trump on speed dial. His brother Logan Paul, them dudes have huge profiles, huge followings, and they're connected to a certain network that most people can't get in. You think shit's not gonna work out for Jake Paul? And I'm not saying it's a race thing. What I'm saying is he's connected to a network that most people will never ever get in. He has got connections. And them people are all about their, you all right over there? What you open up a can of soup or something?
No. I put something in my kitchen.
Yeah, but he's connected to a network, and he's got women on his team who are going to benefit. And that's how it goes. Networking, that's the first thing we were talking about on the show earlier. I don't know when you came on the live, but some of the stuff you're talking about, we were talking about earlier.
I fell asleep and then I woke up and y'all was on.
Yeah. So we talked about all the stuff you're talking about, we talked about earlier, but I talked about that networking. He is connected. And you're going to see those women are going to keep blowing up. ESPN was the first deal to put people in the homes of the casual fans, just the mom and dad who doesn't know much about boxing, but they're like, oh, it's on ESPN, we'll check it out. Women are fighting. Now they got one on Fox. Let's see what's next for the rest. And Claressa just sitting out here in Planet Fitness talking about what she used to do. It's just like meeting some woman who's 52 talking about how she was the prom queen. Like, get your ass out of here.
Right. It's like she gonna be a has-been the same way Papoose is a has-been. That's what's gonna end up happening with the future. They're gonna end up being has-beens. But what I was gonna say is Salida don't even have them connects like how Jake Paul has the connects. So I really think that Win Records tried to use Salida and Claressa as a way to get into the boxing door, because Win Record wears a lot of hats. They do so many different things. They do music. They do they allegedly got a network. They got their hands in a lot of stuff. They got their hands in real estate. The daughter Khadijah is a singer. Win Records is all over the place. They just trying to make money however they can make money from Africa.
They got so many pokers in the fire, and they're just seeing what's gonna heat up. That's all.
Yeah. Whatever sticks. They just throwing stuff at the wall, and it's whatever sticks. Yeah. I feel like Claressa is a pawn in their game. And I feel like if she would have been a cash cow for them, they would have kept rolling with her. But now that she's a liability and she's taking all these losses, I believe eventually they're going to get rid of her and try to find them another cash cow, because that's just business. That's just how the game works. And we talked about bankruptcies and all that. Win Record done had bankruptcies, foreclosures, everything. So they used to having their ups and their downs. But what Claressa don't realize is that this is her life, this is her career, and she's allowing her career to go down. But it's going to come to a point where she's not marketable, and if you're not marketable, then how can anybody use you? You know what I'm saying? Because she's getting older. So even like Layla, after all these years, Layla does commentary. She got her own business. She's still in the game. She still got her hat in the game. That's not, Claressa is not smart enough to do all that because she's not marketable. Nobody wants to buy any products from her because those dolls and stuff she was trying to sell, that was an epic failure. If you can't even sell dolls, who's going to trust you to sell anything else? She's just failing every which way because she do everything half-ass. Everything is half-ass. She don't do nothing wholehearted. She got no business trying to sell dolls, and she's only a month out of having a fight. So what are you, QVC now? And you trying to, what are you doing, girl? What is you doing, Papoose? If anything, she should have let Papoose handle all of that. Her brain should be totally focused on her fight and losing weight. All of this family drama, all this trying to sell products, all this trying to get sponsors. I thought that's what Win Records and Papoose was for. Why is she her? She's a one-man team.
Yes.
What is all these other people
hired for?
I don't know
That's
what
what
they
I
do.
don't understand.
I don't know. She says she makes millions and millions of dollars every time she get in front of that camera and microphone. That's what she says. So
That's what her mouth say.
Yeah,
but the numbers ain't adding up. Like Remy said, the numbers is not adding up, sis. It's like if you was making all this bread, why is you in Planet Fitness? That's where I go. I'm just a regular civilian. You with the regular civilian, sis, and you supposed to be a celebrity? What you doing?
that'd be like Floyd Mayweather going there. That'd be like Victor Webb and
next to them.
Nah. Especially Planet Fitness, man. I mean, just
that's the lowest you could go.
Shit. You going? You can't possibly feel safe. So that just lets you know that one, the money, it's probably some money troubles too, and nobody knows it and nobody cares about it. If she can walk through Planet Fitness and go places and people just not even care, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Don't you remember when she said she was supposed to be opening up a gym in Atlanta?
Yeah.
She was opening up a gym. Why isn't she working out in that gym that she allegedly was supposed to be opening up? See, that's how you know all of her lies is not adding up. She's a big liar. She's a big time liar. Because that's what I'm thinking. You on Planet Fitness, sis, but you claim that she even put it on video on a live. She was like, "This is my gym. Me and my boy, we opening it up together. I don't never see you training in it."
Now that sounds like bullshit, because you're right. There would be the way she liked to brag and boast. She'd be showing that, hey, look, we're 80% complete, and we got the bags. I'm in here. Yeah, they're still working over there, but we got enough in here for me to do my training. She would be talking about it and showing it off, and she's not. Same way she's showing off that she's lost some weight already. She'd be showing off that gym.
Right. She would be showing y'all, look at me, I'm on the scale, y'all. Because she braggadocious. She one of them malignant narcissists. They like to brag, they like to be, braggadocious. She would be showing, look at me, y'all, I'm on the scale. Look at my house, look how pretty my house is. Everything that she not showing, on her lives, that's how you know that it's not what it appears to be. She never showed that house. And what little bit she do show, it be dirty. You know what I'm saying? She don't really show certain things. Cause I'm like, why isn't she showing herself in this alleged gym that she's supposed to have been opening up with that trainer?
Right.
She don't show that. But she just messed up all the way around. What we could do is hope for the best for her, but it's a sad situation. She sabotaged her own career. She let Papoose sabotage it. And my thing is this: I would never let no man sabotage my career, especially if he didn't have nothing to bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, when she falls, he can't pick her up.
Right, I'm tracking with you. Yeah.
He has nothing to bring to the table. So being that he has nothing to bring to the table, he has nothing to lose. And when Remy realized that, that's when she wanted out. She realized, Remy said, I got tired of him being my manager, getting 20% of everything. And Remy said that out of her own mouth, and he wasn't bringing nothing to the table. So what is he bringing to the table for Claressa? Because you're not doing her marketing. You're not training her. You have no control of her mouth on the internet. So what really is your role, Papoose? You all out in Puerto Rico with Salida and Win Records. Y'all looking for another victim. That's what y'all looking for. Because I feel like Claressa is really a victim of these people. She's not really a victim of Salida, but I feel like she's a victim of Win Records and Papoose. That's why even though I don't like Claressa's antics, I was a fan of hers, and that's why I try to give her a little bit of grace, even though her mouth is so reckless and toxic. I try to give her a little bit of grace because I feel like she's a victim. But that's all that I really wanted to say.
All right. Well, I always appreciate you calling in.
All right. So have a good night. I'm gonna get back in the chat.
All right. You do the same.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Yeah. And I appreciate those of y'all who are sending cash apps. It's just really encouraging to get those cash apps in. It makes me smile, man, to know y'all showing me love. Okay. First call back is 253, and then I got a safe call. So I see y'all calling. I told you I'm gonna call you back. I'm not gonna end the live. If you call in, I'm gonna call you back before I end the live. I'm gonna call you. I won't leave you hanging. You gotta answer though. See, like, yeah, I'm calling you back.
It's too late.
Okay, we'll get some rest, all right?
I love you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye. She ain't sound like it was too late. Sound like she wide awake, probably sipping the hooch and shit. Okay, the next one right here, safe. Here you go. All right, gotta answer your phone.
Hello?
Boom, what you got?
Oh, hey, Hood. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. What you got?
Okay. Oh, I wanted to just re-elaborate on one of your callers, like I think before this lady just came on about the IEP and financial aid. Well, my daughter was in IEP from elementary until she graduated from high school. And she is in college, and she does get financial aid. They don't require a lot like they used to before you were actually accepted into a university. My daughter went to a HBCU tour last year. She picked the college that she wanted to attend to. Once she got back, she applied for that college. They accepted her immediately. So a lot of the stipulations that other lady was talking about, they don't have a lot of things. When you're in the IEP, they have a lot of programs and they have a lot of assistance. So I'm not sure where she lives and probably where she in that city or state that she in, it probably is a little different. But I live in California, and my daughter graduated under the IEP program, and she does live off of financial aid, but she does have a part-time job now. But still, you can't get financial aid. So I'm not sure why she said they cannot get financial aid, but my daughter gets it. Before she graduated, she had her counselor that she talked to, social worker that, gave her all the information that she needed to know as far as like what she needed to do when she got accepted to whatever college she decided to go to. And they will assist once they get there of the college of their choice, and they'll go from there. But they do have a lot of assistance for children that's in IEP. That gets more assistance and more offers as far as like funding, grants, and financial aid, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know why where she got her information from, but my daughter gets it.
Okay, that's outstanding.
Yeah, so IEP they don't do what a lot of. It used to be a lot harder to get to these colleges. A lot of these tests that they used to make them do, they don't do it anymore. They're accepting a lot of new students fresh out of high school without having to be tested, doing all these tests before they even get considered or looked at anything. So it's a lot different now.
Okay.
It's a lot different.
All right. Well,
that's what I wanted to call and share.
Well, I'm glad you called in and broke that down. There are a lot of people in the chat are saying that's what they were asking. So thanks for calling in.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore. So if they if they're offering college tours where their child will be gone for at least a week to tour different colleges in whatever state or whatever south side, north side, east side, and they decide to go to a college of their choice, they'll trust me. They have a lot of help. They have a lot of assistance with IEP students now. That's coming out of high school.
So it's okay. So it just varies from state to state.
I believe so.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm in California.
Right.
And before my daughter actually left to go to school, she already had all the information needed, what she needed to do before she went to the college that she went to. And she does her financial aid every semester. And she's doing it again for this new semester coming up.
All right. Well,
for August.
Okay. Well, yes. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, I really appreciate you supporting the channel and calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for calling me back.
Yep, I got you.
I'm going to be back in the chat.
All right, you take care, right?
You too.
All right, bye. Okay, so I've been on here, not even 3 hours yet. 5 more minutes will be 3 hours. I stay on if the phone rings, okay? So I'm going to put the phone here. We'll see if the phone rings again. I know it's late, man. Y'all still out here cooking with Hood Champion? We got over 400 people in here. We still in the breeze, huh? But I was asking a question, man. We keep talking about Claressa. How about this? Do you think Claressa isn't... Okay, there go a call right there. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Mute your TV.
I didn't hear
mute your TV. Mute your TV.
Hello?
Yeah, mute your TV for me.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm mute.
All right, what you got?
I didn't catch the beginning of the show, but I have a question. Okay, or a comment also. Maybe about 7 or 8 months ago, my son has stopped over. My son is in his early 40s. And I didn't follow the Olympics. But, you know, I do YouTube a lot, and I am subscribed to you also. And I saw this young lady on with a wig, and when she was talking about her face is beautiful or whatever. And I didn't know who it was. And my son said, that's the young lady that won the Olympics. I had no idea of her. I never heard of her before. I'm being honest. I never heard of her. And so my son was telling me she had a movie that came out around Christmas time, and it was pretty good. So I said, and maybe a couple of days later, I saw a clip, I guess because of the algorithms, where she was criticizing Layla Ali and Muhammad Ali. I'm like, what is wrong with this girl? What's going on with her? So that made me kind of start looking at her. But I wasn't following her or anything. And then the next thing I know, all this stuff with Papoose and Remy Ma and all that. And I'm like, wow. So my understanding is she won in 2016 or something, but it's been a few years back. And I'm thinking, why she didn't get a lot of promotion deals or anything. And it looked like she went to Layla Ali that was going to try to help her, and she put her on a show or whatever. But this is just my question. Immediately after she won, what do you think why she didn't get a lot of brand deals then? Because it seemed like that was some years ago.
She didn't get them then because I've had people call in, like we talked about earlier on the show, because they saw the attitude then. They were very interested in having the first American 2-time gold medalist in boxing from the Olympics. They were very interested in working with her, but they saw the attitude, and part of that network, there were people who cautioned them as well as far as, getting too close and working with Claressa Shields because she was unpredictable. So there were things that they saw back then that we're now seeing that people back then already knew. They were like, hey, she's bad medicine.
Yeah. Because you think that happened before Layla Ali kind of stepped up and was trying to help her? Because she had already won, and it looked like she had reached out to Layla Ali. And then she was going to try to help put her on the map like she put her on a show or whatever. But I'm thinking all that happened after Olympics. So you're thinking that right after people had noticed that something wasn't quite right with her personality? Is that what you're saying?
It was going on long before that, even throughout the Olympics. Look, I know this for a fact. There were things going on. I don't talk about it. Other channels have heard things. But I got stuff directly from people who are right there. Like some of the other channels too, I just don't talk about certain things. But she was involved in stuff back then that just wasn't very positive, and she had a bad attitude as well. And they said the stuff that she was doing then that we're seeing, it's been going on for years. And, those people who are close to the source, excuse me, they're not surprised to see her in the situation that she's in.
I got you now. I didn't know all of that. So they probably spotted something early on.
Oh, yeah, it's been there. It's been going on. Ain't nothing new for them. To them, it's nothing new. To us, we're just still. It's not new to us now, but they've been seeing this back since they were teenagers.
Oh, it's so sad because I'm thinking this is just me. I'm a woman in my 60s. Papoose is not, in my opinion. I don't really think he just trying to make money off of her, and I'd just be afraid if it doesn't work out, she's gonna explode, and that can be frightening to me. It's like, oh my goodness, if he don't deliver what she think he's gonna deliver, this girl might really hurt him, you know?
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. But let me take this last call, and then I may see about getting out of here.
Thanks for informing me of that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate you. I'll just hang up and keep listening.
Yeah, okay. You don't want to miss this next call. Trust me.
Okay.
All right. Bye. All right. For those of y'all there, I'm about to call my boy back. You don't want to miss this call. It's always content gold. He just called.
Hey, how you doing, Hood?
What's up with you, man? Long time.
Yeah, let me get the speaker thing to work.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, bro, all I do is kind of listen, and I mean, I see her situation is getting worse and worse and worse, and you know, man, I just feel sorry for her. But you know, I called you a while ago, and the first time she made this, she was gonna do the 160 thing, and I said, you know, it shouldn't be hard for her because she had enough fat. But I tell you, from watching her videos, she had when she was in the gym doing some crunches and some other things. I still see she wear those tights so high to hide that lower belly pooch. And if she's really cutting weight like that, although the fat ain't no off, her stomach should be pretty flat, so she still looks a little bloated. And then, you know, all the stress she's going through, you know, the drama, that makes the weight cut hard. Claressa hasn't lost. She's been big for a long time. I think she might have forgot what it feels like to suffer through the weight loss. Because I don't think the weight's coming off of her that well. I know being an athlete and going like I went to Wazoo, you know, a Pac-10 college. I've seen big, strong females, you know, the track athletes and the other female athletes. Claressa is more than 175 pounds. But she's like 5'9" or something.
Yeah, 5'9". I'm on 5'10".
Yeah, those girls those girls her height, weighing 160, 170 pounds. I mean, they look like the girl she's fighting. Claressa's still heavy, and that weight's not coming off good, especially like if it comes off slow on her bottom side. I don't think she'll make 160. I don't think she'll do it. There's too many distractions. If someone says she's training in the Planet Hollywood, please go to a real gym where there's some intensity, something. I mean, she's not focused. And you cannot focus. We had a wrestling room. It was nothing but us. Our other guests would come in, you know, some of the old guys, you know, who used to wrestle. But I mean, we were focused. That room was nothing but us. And at the Planet Fitness, there's too many distractions. Someone said the gym she's at, there's no boxing equipment. She's going by what she's done, thinking she can win this fight easily. She's not going to be focused. If that girl give her any real resistance, she's going to realize she's in a battle. I think you were saying, I've been listening to you, and you were saying, in case Scott have a chance. I truly believe she does. And, you know about cortisol that comes from stress.
Yeah.
Fat loss hard. Okay, with the fruit, with these awards, Claressa is stressed. And the one thing that we see she does do before this, what does she do when she's stressed? She eats. She eats. You know, I think this 160, she may not get there. And the fight on the card like this, I think it's an embarrassment to boxing. You know, I never watched a Zeus boxing match. I watched the Ray J stuff, you know, because that's a Jake Paul thing. It's just as much entertainment as it is sport. But for her, at her level of boxing, to stoop to this level, I don't think they're focused. I don't think they know what they're doing. Like you said, Pap made her the bad guy. They were going to try to be that Floyd Mayweather, you know, the turn from the pretty boy to money made.
Yeah.
But difference is Mayweather had people we thought could beat him.
Yep.
And Claressa doesn't.
Let me ask you a question. Claressa, she's trying to cut the weight. If Claressa gets down to 160, and now she's slim and trim, got muscles in her face and in her butt, she talking about doing OnlyFans. How far do you think she will go based on your experience being an ex-bodybuilder, fitness nut like how I was, where you're seeing women finally get down into shape and they already kind of had a tendency to want to show off their body and try to be this sex symbol. How far you think she willing to go if she starts that OnlyFans page?
I think it's right there. If the money's right, she'll do it. I mean, you're seeing when she weighs in.
How far do you think she'll go on OnlyFans? All the way, adult content, or just fitness or cooking food? How far do you think she'll go? Because she already posts some crazy pictures with them bikinis and exposing. Really, she might as well have been butt naked. She got a whole so-and-so exposed in the pictures on Instagram.
Yeah. She'll do soft porn, the same kind of stuff, her little crotch poked out, the camera going up. I mean, she'll start with that. If the money's good, she'll go further. And I really think she'll go further. I mean, obviously she has no problem being nude in front of cameras. Her Sports Illustrated thing, she was nude. So, because she was in shape, So, yeah, I really do believe she will start some form of OnlyFans. I think, again, this girl's involved. Claressa's going to talk to her, see what kind of money that's being made, like K. Scott. I think it's going to be something very similar. I think it'll start off with, like, with her, like, the little, like she did for those ads. I think she will display a lot of her body, but I think if the price is right, if she looks that good when she is down, and that butt actually looks round and not with that little flat spot in the middle, because it may round off, if that's her shape underneath that, she's going to have that tush in everybody's face. And, I think OnlyFans is something that she would, nothing else has been beneath her. Like I said, when we first talked, man, it was always about positive, corrective, constructive criticism, but you see that's gone nowhere. She's gone worse, and it gets worse and worse. And then when it gets worse, she responds worse, and it just continues to spiral down. And like I said in that, like the one lady I was telling you earlier, I think Pap realizes he's in trouble. Maybe you ever broke up with a girl, she was a decent girl, you didn't want to hurt her. So you made it where she broke up with you, but you're never around, you didn't return phone calls, those kind of things. You think he can be doing that? Trying to make Claressa break up with him because he's in New York too much? He's never around. And so she's frustrated, so she'll say, you know what, man, this ain't working, you got too many other things going on. You think that could be what he's trying to do?
I don't know, because he hasn't done anything too extreme yet for her to be talking about it. But we'll know once it's like you got a vehicle, you got to fill up the gas tank. He's not going to leave half empty. He like, all right, when I met her, this gas tank was empty. I'm up to about half a tank. That's good, but I need to cap this off. Once he caps it off, we will know, because that's when she'll be out here raising hell, and he'll be out of sight for sure, because he's like, all right, I'm where I can pull off out of here and got to worry about this vehicle running out of gas anytime soon. I don't think he's reached that point yet, but it's coming.
Okay, in these fights, one thing, I remember like Earl Spence and those guys, they talked about the money they were making. They came out, Earl Spence and those guys, they were like guaranteed $2 to $3 million. Then they made all the $20 million and stuff on the back end of it. I don't think the back end is anything heavy with this stuff. I think the whole network and programming, I think is shabby. They don't talk about what the gate receipt is. I don't see how we talked about it, and you brought up some points that made me think it might have been possible. There's no way that Sean Cruz fight would have turned out where she could have made over $2 million. This fight, I just don't see her making the money that she said she's making. These are PBC fights on big pay-per-views against other mega, star boxers. And she's fighting like the Sean Cruz's. Again, very good fighter, world champion, but no one's, she went to fight Claressa, you wouldn't pay to watch her fights, and this girl, but nobody even knows who she is. did all this stuff with Ray J and all those guys got to get their cut of this money. Do you think it's possible for her to generate $2 million?
No, I don't know. No, not at all.
I don't think she did the first fight, and I don't think she can. I mean, these guys are fighting in Vegas, where the ringside seats are, $5,000, $10,000.
And the site fees are high, so there's money there. She's not getting that kind of money, man.
No, and those guys were only guaranteed. Their guaranteed money was $2 to $3 million. Everything else was based on pay-per-view. And those guys are fighting in Vegas, where the arena's probably generating $5 or $6 billion. And that fight in Detroit didn't make that. There's no way she's making $2 million a fight. I think she made the biggest mistake was signing with that, letting Papoose talk her into this great fantasy he had made up in his mind of like every fight being like a Jake Paul fight where they're bringing in tons of money. Those guys are entertaining. Jake Paul has built an audience that people want to see what he does. She doesn't have that. And like I said, people are tired of hearing her talk about her gold medals and all that stuff. Let's see you fight somebody. Did you see the fight, the sparring footage with her and Cyborg?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, yeah, Claressa, outclassed her. But at that time, Cyborg, again, was purely an MMA fighter. Tried to box, and she said Claressa flew her in for the sparring. Now this girl is doing nothing but focusing on boxing. So I believe she's gotten a little bit better. But the one thing, with her, she's going to keep coming. And Cyborg, Claressa can't hurt her. She's going to keep coming. I don't want to see Claressa have to dig deep like she did when she was an amateur. Dig deep. Let's see you give it all. As a pro, there's no woman really that push her like that. And she makes it a point, she avoid those kind of women that put her under that kind of stress. And same way when she fights a fighter that put her under that stress, it's going to be a rude awakening. And this weight cut. Claressa's been big for a long time. She was cutting weight to make the 175. And you haven't lost weight in a long time. That first weight cut is hard. It's hard to do. Your body's got to get used to it. She got fat now that's old fat. It ain't like new fat. You just break it down. She got fat that's been on her body for a couple of years now. And this weight cut, dude, I really agree with you now that I think if she make 160, I believe she will be weight trained.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, did you see anything, any real pictures of her? Does she look like their weight's coming up? I mean, she's lighter. She's lost weight. Yeah. But
there's a picture circulating. I keep putting it up tonight during the live. I've continued to show it probably every 50 minutes or so. But she's in all white. But people are saying it's filters. But in that photo, it's a significant difference between her, at the goddamn buffet, and her right now. She looks totally different. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't know if it's filters or what, but she looks like the weight's coming off. But she started fat camp 12 weeks before the initial press conference.
Oh, okay. So her body was in the point to where it was starting to burn the weight.
Yep.
So but I mean, I just don't know, but I do agree with you. I think her career is going nowhere. It's going to take her to hit bottom, and maybe people feel sorry for her to apologize for everything and say she's going to get some counseling and get herself together. But that's going to happen after she hit bottom. And so until that time, we just got to put up with her for what she is, and we're just getting worse. But if Baumgartner got a television show or something on Fox, a major network, that's gonna really set her off because she feels it should be her. Everything she feels should be her. She's not gonna get it because you can't trust her with your product. You can't trust her with your product. You don't want her to be a spokesperson for you. And I tell you, we were talking about why didn't she get no offers after the Olympics. Did you watch that one thing with her, somebody like a little documentary, when she was questioned after she won her second gold? Yeah. Did she say, I'm the first bitch that went to goals?
I can't remember that, but I do know that in the movie, I remember the person brought it up during the call today. After they said, I remember in the movie, she was like, she didn't want to change her attitude or the way she speaks or something like that, and that could be the case.
Yeah, I can't remember the. Somebody put up a little documentary of her getting ready, for her second Olympics.
That sounds familiar. What you're saying sounds familiar. Like I heard that somewhere. So you may be right.
And the guy immediately said, "Okay, thank you." I mean, kind of cut the interview.
Oh yeah, no, that did happen. That did happen. Yes, you are right. That did happen.
So these sponsors, we're wondering why didn't the sponsors come? And you were saying, well, boxing don't have the following. Don't matter. She's a young black girl from Detroit that came from the ghetto with 2 gold medals. Again, she's a story. Man, they would do something to market her, some way. But obviously those people interact with her. They knew what she was. And it's like, no, we can't do nothing with her. But she said on that interview,
yeah,
I'm the first bitch.
Yeah, that's right. It was in the movie, right?
No, it was a little documentary somebody did of her. And she talked about her father's going, her father couldn't walk with the doctor because he went to jail, but he got a warrant. And they interviewed her, and she said, I'm the first bitch.
Yeah, but no, I remember that, but I can't remember where I saw it, but I do remember that. I do remember that.
That's how you're gonna refer to yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I saw that. I said, okay, that's why nobody contacted her, nobody worked with her. But you're gonna realize all her disappointment. Everybody, same way I would think too if I was in her shoes. If I'm a 17-year-old gold medalist, I'm about to be rich. I'm gonna get sponsors. I'm gonna be on the Wheatie box and all that, and none of it came. None of it came. And then she went to her second Olympics, and none of it came. So, man, imagine how angry she was. I mean, everybody would have thought. She was saying people would tell her she's going to be rich if she wins the gold. None of it came. And like I said, so I believe they knew what she was. I believe the people in her gym and the coaches knew what she was. And I think these people went to talk to her and realized she's everything we heard that she is. We can't work with her. But I heard her say that. I said, okay, there you go. That's why she didn't get no endorsements. Because, I mean, come on. I'm the first bitch to win 2 gold medals. Yeah, I understand. I don't know if anything can be done. I mean, and then you look at we talked about bad blood. Sometimes you are what you are, man. You can't correct it. You can't fix it. And it's embedded in you. You can't, it's hard to change. But I think she's done. I think this thing is going to flop. Like I said, I don't want to see baddies fight. I don't want to see Reggie. I mean, it'd be fun to see if we get knocked out again, but that's the excitement of it. I mean, Claressa, like I said, I believe people are going to leave. Oh, don't hang out. Don't do something. Don't do something, maybe a concert after the fight, so people hang out. Something after the fight to keep the people there. Or she's just going to act a fool. But with K. Scott, I believe Claressa I believe she may get her knockout. If she does come prepared, you watch her fight, K. Scott gets punched a lot. And Claressa may get her TKO if she really is in shape and all that. Because, I mean, all the three knockouts talk. Claressa needs a knockout. She needs a knockout. That will make her ego soar even higher and take away that she can't get no power talk. But I would love to see her fight Cyborg or even Hannah. I mean, Hannah's being a little more aggressive now about the fight. Saying a little more things, calling her out. So Claressa has 2 people who the people want to see fight. I mean, she ducked Shadeja. There was one at that time we mainly talked about. Hannah came up, but now Hannah is talking more. She's talking more, being more aggressive about it. Claressa's going to be under pressure to fight one of those girls. But now Cyborg. Despite Claressa being more talented, Cyborg has a massive audience. I believe she can make 2 million fighting Cyborg. The MMA audience is going to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
That's her money fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's her money fight. Cyborg is bigger than her when it comes to names in combat sports. I mean, for, casual fans. Everybody knows Chris Cyborg. Everybody don't know Claressa Shields.
True.
So that's her money fight. Is she gonna make it? She didn't talk about Cyborg. That fight's never gonna happen.
Now she been disrespecting her today because Cyborg's calling her out, but she's not gonna fight her. I don't know why she won't just fight her. I mean, the woman said $2 million. I mean, I don't know why they just don't go get that $2 million. That's my opinion, but hey, here's what it is.
Especially somebody who, you know, she should still, no matter what Cyborg, you know, she's been in combat sports, but not focused on the boxing part. So Claressa still should beat her, but Claressa ain't gonna knock her out, and Cyborg is gonna fight back. That's the kind of fight you want to see, or something where somebody's gonna throw the punches back and make her work. But I think her mind isn't there. I believe her relationship means more than everything else. You know, maybe getting closer to the fight, she'll get her focus. But the thing at the funeral, absolutely. I mean, how cruel can you be? You know what I mean? That says a lot about somebody. I could be fighting with you, mad at you, but we come to the funeral, you know, I'm going to come there in peace. Or did Shalita come, you know, bring in drama? I guess she had a little sidearm on her. You know, was she looking for drama? Like I said, it's a mess over there, man. And like I said, I find it entertaining. But the one thing I can't do anymore, I really can't stand to listen to her talk. I'll listen to her for a little bit and I'll turn it. I just can't listen to her talk. I can't. I just can't, man. And you know, I love that the people who call in, they fill me in on the rest of it. But I'll listen to her for a couple minutes and you just gotta turn it off. It just turns me off so much now, man. I was a massive fan of her. Love to watch her fight. But, you know, the last thing, you think she might have always been this way, but we just never see it because she was never, only time I could see her was little clips at fights. Sometimes she'd be at Mayweather's gym and they'll get her opinion on the fight, but we never knew her. All we saw her was the fight, you know, and when these little other shows, they'll ask her a couple questions. We didn't know Claressa. Has this always been who she is? The exposure, this gave her the exposure so we can really get to know her. Has this always been her?
Yeah, this has always been her. This has always been Claressa Shields.
Yeah, man. So, all right, but I'm glad you're on, bro. I thought you were gonna be off the air for a week or 10 days or something. So
I was already gone. I was already gone for damn near 14. And I'm supposed to, depending on the weather, I may be gone again here at the end of next week.
And last thing, you're fishing, man. You got a boat? You go out on a boat or anything? Or do you little piers?
We'll go off piers. And the thing is, it's funny you say that. I was looking at buying a boat like several times, but just last weekend. But, man, I'm like, you know, how often am I going to be out on this shit? And then, you know, it's a whole nother set of liabilities come with that shit. But don't get me wrong, we'll use it, but I just don't know how much I'll use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have two friends who, one got a little bass boat, and the other one got like this little bayliner. But and both of them are big fishermen. I mean, and they do go like I said, where you are with your sons, man. I mean, like I said, it's little work. You got fresh water over there, right? You don't have salt water.
Yeah, they got salt water right up the road, man, and fresh water.
You really got to clean the heck out of that boat.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So what I do is I'll go right out there and rent a boat, rent a pontoon, and I'll take it out. You know, so that's when you think about over the year how many times I rent that. I mean, it's more cost effective to just go and rent it instead of buying one, just so I can brag I got a boat. But now I'm paying, you know, this payment or I just buy it. It's just a lot of money, man. And if I was chartering it out and taking people out and turn it into a business, then yeah, it's worth it. But I don't go out enough to where it's like, yo, I'm gonna buy a boat just to say I have it. That's stupid for me to do that.
Yeah. I know you said you fish a lot, so
and we always are fishing. Though.
You were doing the boating thing.
But I just go and rent a boat, man, and I just go out there with my boys. Yeah, but we do our thing.
You ain't got to put a maintenance on it.
Nothing.
You ain't got to do none of that.
Nope.
You ain't got to keep. You do all the saltwater fishing you want. You can rent one.
That's right.
But yeah, man, like I said, bro, this thing every night, man. And just you know, I mean, your guests say everything that subject that comes up, somebody talks about. Okay, well, that's gone. And but they talked about the had that gym in Atlanta. She lies so much, you know, and you don't know what's true and what's not true. Like her $5,000 a week or whatever she was making up with YouTube. You don't get the views. And unless you're signed with some little company that's paying you, nobody advertising the channel. There's no way she's making all that money. She don't have that many views. Unless she's being paid by somebody. I mean, just the lies, man. She just lies so much, dude. And you don't know what to believe. And then the bragging and the lying, it's hard to listen to. Because it don't stop. It gets worse. It gets worse. And everybody's lying on her. She hasn't ever said what they lied about, just that they're lying. Okay, what are they lying about? She's never explained what they're lying about. Just that everything's a lie. So, you know, man, I just, Kay Scott may have a chance, dude, but she's not focused. She's training in the wrong environment, you know, where she's hard to focus. She got all this drama going in her life, which is going to make the weight cut that much harder. And when you cut your weight, you don't have the energy to be online so much. You know, you're tired, you're training, you're not eating, you're calorie deficient. You don't have the energy for that. But one thing she'll get meaner. She'll be mean by closer to the fight. So we'll see how her and Pat get along. She really got that weight. Because Pat ain't been with her when she had to do the weight cuts. She hasn't. You know, she was bigger. She was on a mission to get that big booty for. So, no, I mean, really, that's all she talked about. You know, getting thicker. The whole time she's been with Pat, she's been fighting heavier weight classes, correct? I mean, you know.
Yeah, she wanted to have that lobster tail. That lobster tail was, that's her, that's like the badge of honor, having that lobster tail.
And last thing, I have a friend, I got a cousin who lived in New Jersey. And, you know, he wore nothing but all that designer stuff. Because they got that fashion district down there where you can get knockoffs, the high-end quality knockoffs. And I know most of the guys he knew some very prominent people down there. They had some real stuff, some fake stuff. I wouldn't doubt if half that stuff, man, that she's getting from him, if that stuff is knockoffs. Nobody, rich people don't spend money the way she spends money. And Claressa was never bragging like that with money, never spending all that money. Now she can't stay out of Louis Vuitton and Gucci, all the rest of that stuff. But where's her money coming back in? Where's it coming in? It's going out. Where's it coming in? I guess doing baddies. But is that part of her contract for when that she got to go out and market herself? Is she being paid for this stuff? Or is it part of her obligation? But there's too much going out and not enough coming in. Man, like I said, it's going to go bad, man. I can see Claressa back in Flint, Michigan. I can see, or like you said, or in the joint. But I can see Claressa in 10 years being back in Flint, Michigan. I can see her back there with nothing.
It could happen. It could happen, man.
Yep. All right, though, bro. It was good. Let's say listen to you for the rest of the time you're on, man. But good talking to you as always, bro.
All right, Mike. You take care of yourself, man.
All right, Hood.
All right.
All right.
Yep. That was Mike the cop. All right. So I've been on here for a minute. Time for Hood Champion to go up, and away. I want to tell y'all, as always, I appreciate you all for showing support to the channel. It means a lot to me, man. All right, y'all keep cool. For those of y'all who become members and who give super chats and Cash App, I really appreciate it. But I really appreciate people just hanging out here, man, and shooting the shit with us. I really do. That being said, y'all keep cool. You already know what time it is, man. Be positive, eat something good, and Hood Champion is in the breeze.